Hi there, this is T. Johnny with Quirky and or Queer, a podcast about otherness. Join me as I interview people in the community. I talk to musicians, community workers, artists, comedians, and even my mother about otherness. How does this shape their careers, their romantic pursuits, creative projects, and shape their overall worldview? There are lots of laughs, plenty of tender moments, and some deep conversations. Find Quirky and or Queer on your favorite podcast app.
Boys Club. Is it called Boys Club because my apartment looks like a boy lives in it?
I wouldn't say a boy lives in it. I would say a boy is kidnapped somewhere in here.
Boys Club.
We're everything. We're true crime. We're World Star Hip Hop.
World Star Hip Hop. We're Netflix reviews.
Stories of the day.
Boys Club.
Listen.
Yeah, do it. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. I think. No, we're not. And on Google Play. Nobody gives a shit.
Boys Club.
Boys Club Podcast. Now with 90% more sound clips of black people.
Boys Club.
Touch me and I'll sue.
Here at Intoxicated Reviews, we intellectually dissect the art of cinema, scene by scene. Here's some clips.
All he is, it's just a fucking big wooden doll full of cum, chasing kids around.
You look up guys who poop in a bag. Because I think that's where you'll find them. Because he is hurt.
It's probably just in your search history anyway, isn't it?
This movie fucking blows.
So don't forget to subscribe to Intoxicated Reviews on all places you find podcasts. Except Spotify. We're working on it.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
We are rolling. We are live.
We are going.
We are recording.
That didn't take long. We're ready.
You're so far back.
Oh,
Scooch in.
yeah, get cozy, Ben. Come on.
Yeah,
I am.
yeah.
I was cozy. You guys are fucking with my jam.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Intoxicated Podcast. I'm a thorn between two roses tonight.
So sweet.
I'm so excited to welcome Marc and Ben.
What's going on?
The Brand New View Podcast.
Hey-o.
In the audio version, I'll put in a air horn for that.
Nice one.
So
you're still leaning in.
I know.
Don't have to lean in with this one.
I'm like telling you to stop behind
you guys are
his head.
actually,
I'm like,
you're
stop
perfect.
it.
You're perfect. You're perfect distance. So welcome to the show.
Thanks so much.
Welcome to the Sad Girl Studios.
Yes.
Love it.
It
It is incredible in here.
Have you ever heard of
Yes,
the sad boy? I'm gonna actually hold this mic.
Oh, here we go.
Have you ever heard of the
Energy.
sad boy energy, which is like the college boy who has like blankets over his windows and
No.
like the mattresses on the floor? Like my apartment is
seen
the
it,
girl
yep.
version of that.
But it's bright, though. You got a lot of gold,
Lots of gold,
which I like.
which I just never tore down from the live stream. And normally those Christmas lights are on, and it looks like you're at Gus's pub.
Some say the live stream's still going on this day.
Oh my gosh, was that?
I didn't say that.
Did you
Wasn't me.
touch her?
No.
Hands have been down.
There's the sound clip. That's the sound bite we're gonna use.
Did you just touch her?
Did you just touch her? So welcome, you
my.
guys. We're drinking, of course.
We're drinking.
Cheers.
Should we tell everyone what we're drinking?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I asked
Should've
you,
highlights.
Marc, what you wanted.
Love how Mark
I
just
did.
stood there like this. Just didn't even move his beer. He's just like, yeah, everyone come to me. I'm in the big comfy chair.
I want you to come at me
I mean, it's this.
all night.
This setup is a little strange because it kind of feels like we're like at a newscast a little bit.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
But
Let me hand it over to Sarah and Weather.
But eventually, I'm gonna get a round table, so it feels a little more like.
Round.
we're
Are you wearing
looking
pants
at
over
each
there,
other.
Marc?
I thought about not wearing pants for this.
As you pulled it.
No, but my
No one wants to see that.
my pants are actually very wrinkly right now, so don't show.
Pants just suck in general.
Don't
I
they?
never wear them. So
I try to wear
don't
joggers
really
as
know.
much as I can.
But I asked you what you want to drink,
Right.
and you just said any beer that looks pretty. So,
Did you say that?
oh my God, look, the green on the can is transparent. That's kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that is
Very
cool.
cool.
It's kind of different.
Little green spring
Whoa, that's
magic there
cool.
for you.
I like it.
Yeah, the
Green
Keys
spring.
Highland Pills.
What are you talking about? This is Chicago.
We're in Chicago, right? Gonna get some deep dish pizza later.
Someone's gonna be like, "That's not fucking
I know.
Chicago, you guys."
I mean,
yeah.
And if I'm being honest, I tried to find a Halifax landscape one, and
Nothing.
Weren't
there
too
was
many options.
none that were as fancy as that.
Tourism Halifax. Come on. We need
If
some
you're
better
listening.
pictures of Halifax.
So we are drinking Keese, and I'm drinking Blue Lobster vodka soda lemon lime.
Those are great.
Mark said that he'd shotgun one later.
You want to shotgun one of these? They're 6%.
Oh, 6.
They're 6%. These don't
That's
fuck
my limit.
around. These like little vodka coolers that they're coming in. Are you guys cheap drunks, or does it take a lot?
I am now.
Depends.
I don't drink enough
I don't
to
know.
stay
What's a
in
lot?
shape.
Well, I mean, like how many drinks does it take for you guys to get drunk?
Like
drunk.
2 or 3 probably shouldn't drive. Like 8 or 10 probably should watch where I'm going. I don't know. Like
Watch where I'm going.
can
I used to.
I
It
don't
was a
know.
lot easier when they had 8
This is beer, by the way, not.
Oh, yeah.
Because 8 packs was like you're
perfect
gonna be a
amount.
perfect amount.
I actually agree, because
Do you
when I
remember
buy
Cold
booze
Chest?
for the show, sometimes I'm like 12 is too much, but 6 is too little.
Right.
So yeah,
No, I remember that was the
strange.
best, and then it was like dry ice. It was the only 8 packs you could get, and you're like, I guess so.
Dry ice gives me PTSD. My ex-boyfriend drank like he was.
Sorry to hear that.
He was a Freeman's cook. He worked at Freeman's.
He was
and
Freeman's cook.
Would like work really late, like usually until like 4 or 5, and would come home and drink like a whole pack of dry ice
Trice.
every night.
Dicey.
Dicey.
Oh. Well, that's not
Every-
good.
Yeah.
Sorry I brought that up.
Yeah. It's weird because in hindsight, I'm like, he was an alcoholic.
He was definitely an alcoholic.
Like to need to have that much beer.
He was an alcoholic.
Oh my God. Do you know about the bell?
I don't, but it felt like the right thing to do at the time.
The bell, you totally did it right.
Overstaying your welcome already.
The bell is when you agree.
I should take it away. You're like,
Yeah.
the bell.
Well, I need to have multiple bells because I never know where to put it where everyone can reach it. The bell is like a yes bell.
Okay.
So like when you really agree, you can ding it. If someone gets zanged,
Zang.
when they get like if someone does it, which I've heard, you guys didn't want
Like
to
a
sit beside
zanger?
each other, so you might start fighting. So
Ooh,
if
we
one
could
of
get into
you
it.
burns another, then you can ding the bell.
I didn't have as much say as I would have liked in the whole seat arrangement, I don't think. Mark just kind of jumped into the comfy seat.
It happened very fast.
Yeah,
I
it
will
did.
admit. Well,
I
now
didn't
I've got
love
this
it.
spinny chair, and I'm just going to be
I
spinning
was
around
making my
for the
way
next
over.
2 hours.
I didn't get much say.
Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? So we already talked about what we're drinking. Then it's a friendship origin story. We literally just met tonight. They literally just came in.
Like I've known you all my life.
There's not much story to that other than like I've been Instagram stalking you guys since you launched.
Us too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
yay.
one of our first followers. Appreciate
good.
that.
Yeah, 100%.
Appreciate that.
I love seeing little new podcasts pop up everywhere.
Right.
Who you calling
Yeah.
little?
And who you call new?
Brand new view.
That's fair. It's in
You
the name. It's
knew.
built into the name.
Yeah. And thank you guys for bringing these fancy headphones
They look
you're
great
welcome.
on
that
you.
make us look so professional.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
awesome.
you guys are killing it with this podcast.
Thank you.
So tell me all about that. How did this idea? Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself.
You can do whatever you want.
Let's go
Do what you
back.
wanna do.
Let's go back to the beginning. How did you guys meet as
Ooh.
friends?
Mark,
It's a
take
good
this one.
story.
Oh,
Tell.
do you want me to take this one actually?
You take this one. Because you remember it better than I do.
Okay. I don't remember the exact like date or day or anything, but
It was 2013.
13? Summer of 2013. So we were both scheduled to work a night shift not a night shift, like an afternoon shift. Started at 4 or 5 at the Heart and Thistle.
Ooh, I loved that place.
Yeah, the old
Yes.
the old
Heart and
Gahan House
Thistle.
now, Pickford and Black.
Yes.
It actually kind of reminds me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. And it was the stormiest day that I can remember. They had sandbags on the back doors.
Rain-wise.
Yeah, rain-wise, pardon me. There was so much rain, and they had sandbags on the back of the deck doors to like protect the rainwater that was flowing over the dock or whatever. And we got there, and I hadn't met Mark, but I sat at the bar right beside him, and we were talking about his name and how I'd worked with Marc Boudreau before, and Mark was like, "Well, you gotta like get acclimatized to this place," as we were trying beer, and it was Nash's beer. It was like 7 or 9% or something.
The what's his unfiltered? The
Oh,
Greg
yeah.
Nash.
Oh, okay.
This is
Yep.
what he was brewing down at the Heart and Thistle.
Oh, cool.
And it was like the 10% triple IPAs.
Yeah, triple or
Holy
double
shit,
IPA.
a 10% beer?
So yeah, we got shit canned together that first night.
Yes, we did.
Because we got called off. No one was coming into the restaurant. There was too much rain, and it was just
You just
blowing
hung out and
nasty.
drank?
Yeah, for the whole like 6-7 hours.
Seriously?
But then we
So-
went to
Akon. Shout out Akon.
Yeah, shout out Akon.
Not like
Where
you
was-
know Akon music, but like Alex Connolly.
Yeah, we didn't go to Akon. Different Akon.
Wait, sorry. Are we talking
Akon
about
with
the
the
Akon
C,
that I know?
not with
Do you
a
know
K.
Alex Connolly?
Who's
From PEI.
this? Alex Connolly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
Akon.
don't know.
Not with
Who's-
this, not with a K. With
Who's
a
this
C.
person?
He's one of my good friends from PEI.
Oh, okay.
That's who he was
And
living
Mark,
with at the time.
Mark knew him, so we were trying to like figure out like who do you know? Who'd you go to school with? Who'd you grow up with? We were trying to like.
Oh, I love that game.
So then we landed
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Akon, and then we were like, oh, we gotta go. So we like walked up there in the rain, and that's all I remember. That's where the night got foggy.
That's a romantic story. That's like
We've been together every day
like
since.
meeting on a stormy night
True
in a cozy
romance.
little bar on the waterfront.
It
And
was a
then-
stormy evening. It was a Tuesday.
What bonded like what made it? Because with friends you meet people all the time, right? But what cemented the friendship? What was the?
Now your turn, Mark.
Well, I'd say it had a lot to do with the fact that not many people our age were servers at that restaurant at the time. Like we were the only guys
Yeah, that's fair.
around our age.
Okay. How old are y'all?
So I'm 30, just turned 30
29.
the other month.
Sweet. Whew. Okay.
How old are you?
You're in my. I'm 32.
Am I allowed to ask?
32. 32, but I've been every year at my birthday. I'm like, I'm turning 29 again. Like,
So you're 29.
yeah, I want to be 29.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're they're not too old, you know.
Yeah, yeah, you're in the range. I feel like you're not a full formed human until you're above 25.
I would agree.
If I'm being completely honest. How old are you, Sarah? 22. Okay,
Yeah,
you get
little
there.
baby.
You get there. Well, girls are different. Girls are more mature than guys, I think.
Well,
I'm
fine.
not gonna touch that one. We're on.
Totally.
Deep,
Actually, I'm
deep
so
cuts
mature.
already. We're just getting into it. Deep cuts already. No, I just think it's like, but I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like you're still figuring stuff out in your early 20s.
That's how it should be.
You know.
I'm
So-
still figuring shit out. I'm 29.
Oh God. Does anybody ever have it figured out? It's like the real
No,
question.
and
I
then you
don't.
die.
I don't think so.
I think
Is that what it
would be-
is?
It would be a lot more boring.
I think
Mm.
if
you don't want to figure life out. I think you want to figure yourself out.
Whoa, that's deep.
Ooh, ding, ding, ding. Yeah. So what? So you hung out at the bar, and then what happened from there? Did you wait a couple days before calling each other?
No, I think I stayed the night. No,
I actually think you did.
yeah, it was raining so hard. What else was I gonna do? No, I think we went on.
I tucked you in,
What
gave
did
you a
we
little
do?
blankie.
Well, we ended up dating girls, also servers, so it was just like became this whole
Like kind of
friendship
circle.
And
Circle,
we
yeah.
went to
We went
you
to
know,
Williams Lake.
lakes,
That
Williams Lake a
that
lot.
first week.
That was a lot of
Oh,
fun.
you went to the lake, like camping?
I think we just
No,
started
for like
talking and then we
day
just never
trips.
stopped.
Smoking doobs.
Yeah, the occasional. I mean,
Yeah, and then we
We
kind
don't
of
do that on. No, I'm just.
what?
we don't.
No,
No,
it's
no,
legal now. It's okay.
We totally. In fact, like I want to start doing InTalksicated episodes.
Oh, that's such a clever name.
I did do one,
Intoxicated.
but what I've realized is that I really
do like
suck.
words.
I suck at interviewing when I'm high.
Do you?
Yeah, I just forget to talk, and that I'm running a show. So I think if I did that, I would need like
You have to be
another
high all the
another
time.
professional high person who's like really good at talking when they're high. Yeah, you can do it. You want to be my co-host?
He was pointing at me.
Oh, point at you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, as long
no,
as
no,
you.
I
we would
it,
do that.
but Yeah.
Yeah.
We would do that for sure.
We
Yeah.
love doing things while we're high.
Intoxicated.
I like that.
Yeah.
We want to open like weed cafe once it's legal.
Ooh, yeah. Why?
Weed Cafe would be sweet.
When will that be legal though? Like, what's
If
the?
it ever, I don't know. Maybe 20. I don't know how it's all gonna work.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the
How long did-
legalization and everything?
How long did it take for like bars
It's
and shit
fine.
to accept alcohol whenever they
Doesn't affect me if you don't have that.
legalized alcohol?
legalized alcohol?
What did you say?
Prohibition.
What are you saying about the prohibition era?
I'm just saying, like, how long did it take for bars and restaurants to recognize alcohol and accept it when it became legal?
Well,
I was wondering.
it's a bit different because they had all those little the speakeasies.
Oh yes.
So maybe we open up an illegal weed cafe.
That's what I'm saying,
It's too
like-
late. Secret's out.
I love the idea of like secret bars, like ones that you need passwords to get into.
Yes.
I think that's one of the coolest things.
What's
I
the
think
one under
Halifax,
Middle Spoon?
yeah, Halifax though could use one like down like an alleyway, and it's beautiful. Though on the inside.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like dingy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
gross
Sketchy
wa- yeah,
alley?
super sketchy.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you get inside, it's like 1950s, like everything's super elegant. Like,
Have you guys ever heard of? Oh fuck, what was it called? Campfire.
What's that?
No.
This event space in Halifax, like in the North End, like off Robie Street, where you could rent it out for like parties and stuff. And it was the coolest little spot because it was just like that. Like you went down an alleyway and it was really sketchy, and like
When
you were
was
just
this?
like, I'm going to get
Yeah,
raped.
like I want to be nervous
for sure.
But then as soon as I get there, I want to be like,
And then you
where's
go
Frank
in,
Sinatra?
and there's this like
greatest.
bar and big open space and a stage, and then you can go up and there's a little loft area where there's like a DJ.
What?
And like it was like it wasn't a bar, but like you could rent it out for parties and like hire aerial people and like circus people.
Acrobats and everything?
Yeah.
Anything you want.
When
right?
was this?
It doesn't exist anymore.
Where was it exactly?
It was like I want to say like Almond
Make me feel
Street?
like I'm on the island.
Almond? That's
Around
the West End.
Almond or Robie.
Ooh, is that the West? Is that the North End or the West End there, pal? Roby?
Again.
It's just Roby.
If you're west of Roby, anyway.
North of North just sounds good. It's not actually
North
North
of
of
North
North.
would be a good name for a bar. Or like a cafe.
or secret.
North of North
Or
Street
down.
sounds like it's in the North End. I
North
think
of
that's a
North.
great
North of North.
North of North.
divide.
Halifax is
Whatever.
weird.
Conquer.
Do you
Love
guys
you
have
over there.
Do you have a favorite end of Halifax? South End.
West End, obviously the best end.
West End, best end.
North End.
Yeah.
North End.
No, I lived in the South End for like 6 years. It
Yeah,
wasn't
so
so
did I.
bad.
South End it's bougie as shit, but I love it.
Mm.
I love it.
There's still sketchy areas.
I lived on English Street.
Not really.
Some
Well,
random
Smew.
sketchy areas
Well,
near Smew, yeah.
Kind
if you're
of.
near Smew, it's a little sketchy.
I don't know.
You know, like I lived on ground level on English Street, and like there was always drunk Smew kids like
Yeah,
running
yeah.
up to my window.
English Street's, yeah. English Street's pretty loud, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it's
Ruckus.
nice.
Ruckus.
It's a nice
yeah.
area.
Good word.
Nice friggin'
Thanks, Doug.
area. I like to ask new guests on the show if they remember the first time they ever got drunk.
Ooh.
I do.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe it was. I remember it. I just don't remember. I believe it was grade 8, and I went to
Yummy.
St. Agnes Junior High. If any other listeners went to St. Agnes Junior High, shout out, just around the corner. And a couple of friends and I were at the school after hours.
You got drunk at
Ooh.
school for your first time?
Oh yeah, we were in the park. Like, why do we think that's where we should be going to get
generalize
drunk?
that
It's so weird. No, but like we would go to the Springvale school. That's where the kids would get high. Then we could go to
Yeah.
a different school to get drunk. It's like,
I thought it was Sunny.
I don't.
That's very weird.
It is weird, but
But maybe like it's the idea of like you're doing something bad.
yeah, right.
Like maybe that's the appeal
Rebellious.
of it.
Yeah, the rush.
Like
I
we're
got
not supposed to be
I got
doing
high
that.
at school all the time.
Ooh.
I never got high at school.
We hotboxed the music teachers,
Did you?
like office one time.
We'll get to that.
Wow, that's gonna
No,
be a
that
story.
one, yeah, that's as far as we go. It was like a Friday at 5, so
Okay, fair enough. He's got friends at home that can't hear that. So.
yeah.
Friday at 5.
Thank you.
I love it.
But no, we had a pint of spiced rum, and we were just passing it around, chugging it, and this is before you've developed any sort of association with hard alcohol, so it's just going down like water.
Ooh.
Dangerous. And there was a party we were planning on going to.
A party in grade 8.
A party in,
What?
or you know what? It
Yeah,
would have been
like
grade
water.
9 then.
Grade 9.
It was a party in grade 9, and there were some grade 10s at the party.
Ooh, big leagues.
And
Yeah,
so
in the
we
big leagues.
big league. So we get there, and I don't even remember getting there, and they wouldn't let us in
Oh, really?
because we were too drunk. No, because we weren't cool enough. But I'll just stick with we were too drunk.
Oh my god. So did you get sick?
Oh,
Like
I don't think I did.
Did your parents
But
catch
my
you
parents,
when you got home?
yeah, because I had to call my mom to come get me.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
like, I'm so cold.
Just straight up alcohol poisoning. Didn't realize it
cold.
at the young age. Just like I okay. And like this is another tangent. I shiver when I get really drunk, and it's the weirdest thing because people are like, "That's not normal," and it happens to me every time.
Your blood thins. I think it's Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very bizarre. What about yourself? Do you remember your first time
I do.
getting like drunk? Not even just drinking, but like drunk.
I got like absolutely shit-faced in grade 10 at a hockey party. So I made the midget team. It's not a high school team, but like everyone on the team was in my high school. And I thought it was going to be a party like, I kept envisioning like a Saved by the Bell party where you show up and there's like red cups and like a keg and like you like either pay someone at the door or like you high five someone and they like slip you a drink. So I didn't bring any alcohol.
You just think parties.
Well, I was like
the alcohol
14
is there?
turning 15.
Well,
like
that's what the
I wasn't
movies-
even old enough to get alcohol.
That's what the movies
16.
teach us too, right?
Yeah.
There's always like kegs or like punch.
No matter what.
Yeah,
at
look-
house parties and movies. So you just assume.
I thought that's exactly what it's going to be like. I was sorely disappointed, but no, I arrived and then I think I ended up drinking like a slosh. Like it was just like donations from folks.
Oh God!
And it was awful. And I remember that I smoked a prime time that night, and my head was spinning. I remember that.
PTs were the best.
I think I had to put like one leg on the ground while I was in bed to like try and.
Oh, the spins.
Yeah, I was trying to ground myself.
The spins are
greatest
brutal.
time.
Does that work?
I don't know.
Apparently.
That was like 15 years ago.
I used to get the spins real bad, but I used to puke a lot more when I drank.
Same.
Doesn't happen so much anymore.
The next day, I was a next day puker.
Next day puker? I was always a right before I passed out puker.
Oh, that would terrify me.
Which is actually kind of good because it waits until I'm
ready to go to bed.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll go
Not
out.
until you're in your jammies.
I'll go out, yeah, and be around people all night, and then I'll come home and just be alone and like laying
Brushing
down.
your teeth.
And
Not
then I'm
yet.
like, bleh. So that's
It's a
usually
routine. You've got a good routine going. It's fine.
So that's usually how it works.
Do you remember the first time you got drunk?
Me? Yes, I do. I drank. So I was actually of legal age.
Nice.
Good for you.
Sorry.
That is good.
No, I'm not right. I was a month away
never
from
mind.
being legal.
You suck.
It was a month.
Just say you're illegal.
A
at this
month
point.
away, and I was drinking Bay
Month away, you're
Breezes.
still illegal?
Do you know what Bay Breeze?
Bay Breeze, is that like Palm Bays?
It's like grapefruit juice,
Gassy.
maybe like a soda water and vodka.
Okay, so it's a mixed drink.
It's some sort of like girly, mixed drink. And there was just a lot of puking. Like I remember feeling very, like as soon as I know that I'm getting drunk is when I start feeling warm and sweaty.
Yeah.
I know it's hitting me. And I just remember feeling really warm.
Feels like you go through a lot of temperature changes.
Yeah.
You're like warm and sweaty, and then you're shivering the next minute.
My body doesn't know where it is.
Jacket
It's
on,
a
take
whole
it off.
workout when you get drunk.
Very important question though, because I don't know you guys well yet.
Getting
But do you what
We're open
kind
books.
of drunk? Like there's different kinds of drunk people.
Yeah.
You got your emotional drunk. What other ones are there? Like the angry drunk, the guy who just like
Classify your drunk, Mark.
classify a drunk.
Okay. I don't.
Do you have
it
a
takes-
couple?
Well, no, not really. Like
We smoked
mostly,
too much weed.
I'll just get to the
Love
point. Like it takes a
sex.
while to get that. Like I'm pretty much in control, and it'll just be little increments where I just get that boost of confidence. But then it gets to where I'll just run my mouth.
Oh, okay. You're okay.
I'm a mouth
You know what I
runner.
call that? The truth bomb drunk.
The truth bomb drunk.
So are you someone who like you'll tell people what you think of them?
I used to have an issue with that. I wouldn't like if we would be like ripping each other up, friends or whatever. I would not know how to not go for the throat immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be like that too. I love
that.
the truth bomb, or like you'd probably be you'd be. So do you like have you pissed a lot of people off?
You know,
you
I've
met
only
him?
been punched once,
You've only been punched once in the face.
and it was like 30 times in a row, but it was just a one-time
more than
occurrence.
that.
Was it you who punched him?
No. I saw your face.
But it stemmed from me
I
running
was
my
there.
mouth.
I was there when you got home.
And look at me, like I can fucking fight. That's a joke. You're throwing a punch in my leg.
What did
His
you
whole
say
upper
that made
body
you
is
get
the size of a
punched?
fist.
You know, right? What's that?
I need to know. What did you say that made you get punched?
Oh, I think I saw a friend of mine, and she was with some guy, and I was like, "Who's this fucking guy?"
Oh, you were
Something like
jealous.
that. No, it was a friend. I have a girlfriend. We're all
Oh,
friends.
okay.
I
You
just
said,
being
"Gas this
drunk
loser,
and was probably
come
just
home
like,
with a real
"Hey,
man."
who's this fucking guy?"
Who's this?
Yeah, who's this fucking loser?
Yeah, most
Okay.
likely.
And guys don't like it when you
Look
punch
at this
them like
schmuck.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, they don't like that.
A black guy.
Guys
for a
hate to be
while.
embarrassed, and especially in front of their girlfriends.
Ooh.
Noted.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a big one.
Oops, so I'm told.
Yikes. So truth bomb drunk. What about yourself? Do you know?
Oh, I'm happy as hell.
You're the happy, lovable drunk?
I've got a smile on my face the whole night.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I'm just kind of like swaying around, and sometimes I'm talkative, other times I'm just not saying anything for like an hour, just smiling.
Oh, I love that.
You ever see me like that, Mark? Yeah. So we were actually away a couple weekends ago, and we were out in public one night, and I woke up the next morning and I was like, oh shit, I don't remember much, and I was like pretty embarrassed. So I asked the group, I said, what was going on? They were like, man, you were just so happy. Like, you didn't embarrass yourself at all. You were just walking around, big smile on your face. You were definitely drunk, but you didn't do anything.
You're
to, like,
the opposite of me.
I just get like stumbly and like, yeah, just kind of drift.
So
I get
you're the sad.
I'm the sad. Oh, buddy.
cry?
Oh, I mean, I cry even when I'm sober. I'm surprised I'm not crying right now.
You can let it out.
I'm
Mark's
a
got soft-
Pisces.
Don't let those shoulders
I
fool
plan
you.
on
They're
crying
really
before
soft.
this show ends. What are you talking
Who
about?
was crying? Okay,
Oh, that was me.
I listened to one of your episodes.
Oh, definitely me.
I listened to one of your episodes with the what was her name? The illustrator lady.
Belle, yeah.
Yeah.
She talked about her dad.
Yeah, and one
Did
of
I
you
cry?
was it you? Who
Yeah, I've cried like 4 times on this show. Probably.
You sweet thing.
I let the emotions do what they will.
I like
love it.
that. But
Yeah.
that's okay. Like, dare I say, a little rare in a guy,
I'm okay with that.
but
Yeah.
it's a good thing. It
I like
should be.
to I
It
like
should
to
be
feel
more.
every emotion that I'm going to feel, and I'll see it through to the end. I don't fight it back.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So if I'm upset or
Conquer
angry,
your
I'm gonna get
emotions.
upset and angry. I love that.
Well, I
And if
think
I'm
that's
feeling
important.
Like a cry, I'm gonna cry. Fuck it.
Do you cry in movies?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched Mark Help Me, the Bradley Cooper one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, A Star is Born.
Star is Born. And
Tell me something.
I cried 15 minutes in, and then an hour and a half in, and then as soon as it ended, and then I watched it again, and then repeated that same crying span.
That
Oh
movie
my
fucked
gosh.
me up.
I cried like 6 times that night, but it was beautiful.
I have so many
Tell me something.
I have so many thoughts on that movie.
Tell me about it.
Well, I just don't. I don't like the idea of glamorizing staying with an alcoholic.
Right? 'Cause people just. It doesn't matter if it's shown in a negative or positive light. If you show it, people just end up doing it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Just like.
Well, that she was like in love with this guy who was like an alcoholic, druggie,
You were
like
saying
passing out in the
already.
ditch, like kind of guy, and then like
She's like,
I don't
can
know.
save
But
you.
there was so much more to him than that.
I can say
course,
that's
of
just
course.
it. That mentality of like a girl can save the guy.
Yeah, like look
kind of
after
thing.
yourself. Don't worry about
Beauty and the
someone
Beast,
else.
fucking shit. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was an okay movie. I just didn't think it was the
Beauty
best
and the
movie ever.
Beast.
It could have been 45 minutes longer. What'd you
Beauty
say?
and the Beast. I have a friend
just
listening to
repeating.
this probably who's gonna be pissing me for saying this, but it's a fucked up movie if you think about it.
Yeah.
Every Disney movie is fucked up.
Look at what that guy did. Like, and Belle was like the smart chick, and people like picked on her for
Got
reading.
raped.
Yeah,
Like.
yeah,
Whoa.
Straight up.
yeah.
Well, we don't say the R words.
We can say it on this show.
Not the other R word.
I know.
Oh, the other R word. Oh yeah, that's probably not good.
That's off limits.
I mean, but I can bleep things. I mean,
Really?
I oh yeah, I've bleeped things.
I'm not
too.
going to swear
I've
that
bleeped-
much. My mom's listening.
Wait, are we allowed to swear?
Fuck yeah, we are.
Well, I don't know what you're like. I can bleep things.
Well, bleeping.
I'm not gonna be like inappropriate.
Actually, bleeping is more with
You were
accidental
thinking of
name
something, weren't
drops.
you? Just say it.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. That's
Yeah.
already crossed my mind already.
Accidental name drops. Also, like especially because it's a drinking podcast. If there's a lot of drinking,
And there has been,
people
hasn't
might
there?
start talking about like their exes and like,
No,
and
not
then
me.
they're like,
Not me. I'm going to be happy. The drunker I get, the bigger the smile is.
let's see how happy we can make Ben tonight. How did you guys come up with the idea for Brand New You?
Here we
How
are.
did this happen?
Mark?
Well, it's kind of a long. I mean,
You
I
want
don't
me
want
to
to
handle
be. I
this
don't want
one
to be
too?
cheesy, but I guess I will be. Why not? Let's go into the whole thing. So, started the podcast. Well, the idea for the podcast just over a year ago, back in January. I just got back from a trip to Southeast Asia with my girlfriend, and I just graduated from SMU right before I'd left in a marketing degree or with a marketing degree. So I came back with plans to, enter that industry. But this had been after a decade of not feeling like I was in the right place. I was at Dow for a while. I fucked off. I got kicked out for like 3 times.
Like studying at Dow school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I ended up going to NSCC and then SMU. And
the 10 Tavern Tour.
Yeah, it was all like Van Wilder of Halifax, but
he only did 7.
Only school-wise. And then so I ended up at SMU, got the degree, and then went traveling, and the whole plan was to get into the marketing sector, working in an office, and I got a job, and I got in that office, and I've never been so anxious in my life.
Oh, shit. Oh.
This was back in, this is actually a year ago, pretty much.
Really?
A year and a few days ago. And I'm not necessarily an anxious person. Like, I sweat like everyone else, but I went home that first night and just bawled. Like, I had to walk around my neighborhood just to calm myself down.
Oh,
and it
God.
It was so
Did you just realize it wasn't for you?
Yeah, and
just
the people
culture?
were great. Sarah actually worked there.
Oh, really?
So, like, people were great, but it was like, this is not what you're supposed to be doing kind of thing. And everything was, I was choosing against what,
Going against what you really wanted.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, when you have, like, gut reactions like that, like, I think a lot of times people ignore them.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you shouldn't ignore them.
So I kind of had been for the 10 years, I
Holy
got the
shit.
degree. And I'm glad I did get the university degree in the end because why not? But I really just took so long because it wasn't necessarily, didn't really have any motivation to do it. But got the degree, but working in that office was kind of the cherry on top. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I can't do this. I'm just going to be unhappy and that's not going to work.
Where were you living at the time? Were we living together?
This was in Victoria. She got back from traveling about a month and a half after me, and we both moved back to our parents' places. So we were like, I was living at my parents. She was coming into the city. She was in the valley.
Was it in April?
So it was in April. So I was still kind of living at home, and then Vic moved into her place in May, halfway through. So I quit after a month.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I got to do something else.
It's kind of good that you quit right away, though, rather than getting too deep into it.
I thought about it. I was like, no, just, stick it out, make some cash. But I was like, why?
Why? What's the point? It really fucking, like, being unhappy in a job is, like, there's nothing worse than that.
Time.
That's half your time.
More than half.
So much. More than half, yeah.
40 hours a week.
5/7. Yeah, it's brutal. I worked at a call center, and that was, like, the most oppressive part of my life, like, going there. And I was there for 2 years.
Nice.
Maybe take that out. Bleep. Oh, beep, beep, beep. Oh, with the video, I can actually put the word bleep right here.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I will do that. I mean, nothing against them or anything, but it's just
it
was
a couple people with them today.
It was hell. Just not a fan. Just doing this.
That's what I was pretty much doing there. I mean, I was
all day.
They called me a market researcher. I won't name the place. Market researcher.
Well, you can name it and I'll edit.
Okay. We're on the live stream. Shit, no. And they, I forgot what I was going to say because I just like outed them.
I'm not familiar with them.
They,
where are they located?
They're on Bears. Actually, they're just down the street.
Oh, okay.
They're
Holy
so
shit.
close.
Oh my God.
On Bears Road.
You could throw a ball.
I thought that was the same thing. They were like, you're going to be a market researcher, but essentially it was a glorified call center. I was calling up construction companies to see if they wanted us to write an article about them. I felt like we were really making a difference in the world. So
that's brutal. That's no good.
No. Yeah. So I left that. And prior to starting that, when I got back, I mentioned before, I kind of jumped back and forth. When I got back from Asia in January, a few months earlier,
You met with me.
Met with Ben. We experimented with some hallucinogenics.
Shut up. This is how the podcast came to be?
And I had
I drugged Mark.
I had whoops. Oopsies. Brand new view. Came from mushrooms, folks.
It was
sponsored.
It was a smoothie
Sponsored
gone
by
wild.
Nature's Poopy Mushrooms.
No, they were really good for me.
They were great. No, I had the worst. I had a bad trip. First bad trip I've ever had.
Did you
I don't do
really?
shrooms that much. Sorry, Mom and
Oh my
Dad.
God.
But it was really bad. And obviously, because I just
Sorry,
got
Mom.
back from
And Dad.
beautiful Southeast Asia, and now I'm in the dead of winter in Halifax, why would you do shrooms? Obviously, you're going to have a bad trip. But
Yeah.
I just kind of was like, what are you doing? Like, you're back now.
You had done some
It was
in
kinda
Thailand, didn't you?
You got to figure. Yeah, I did the week before. Whatever.
Did you see anything visually?
No, I don't really get visuals. Sometimes if you looked at the
Flames.
if you looked at the floor, it would be like. Kinda
Oh, okay.
spinning.
That's generally what I've heard about it. I've never done mushrooms, but
Okay.
maybe I'll do mushrooms on the.
You feel one with nature more than anything. It's kind of cool. So I did them, but I had a terrible trip. Went home,
shit.
called Victoria, who's in Asia.
What if you
Bless her
started a
heart.
podcast called Encapsulated? It's
Wasted
like mushroom caps. Come on.
Wait,
That came
works.
to me, right?
I like it.
That fucking encapsulated.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
so
like
many,
that.
So many different ways we can go with this.
I know. Fucking puns. Screws me over for SEO though. Does it ever? Having a pun in your podcast name.
Right? No one can search.
No
it.
one.
It's
no.
punishment.
Are you Google searchable yet?
I mean,
Really?
kind of. But I mean, like, you have to tell people that you have to spell it TALK. Which, like, if you were just passing someone on the street, go, oh, listen to Intoxicated. Like, they wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, they would just assume TOX. So, but go on. So, bad trip,
Oh, yeah,
mushroom
sure.
trip.
I just you reminded me. We're BNV Media, and all three of those letters could be another letter. B could be G or T. I'm not going to get into it. N is obviously M, but whatever. So, yeah, I went home after Ben's,
What's the point?
and I called my girlfriend. Bless her heart, wasted a day in Asia to talk to me for 5 hours, tripping until 5 a.m. Anyways,
Oh, wow.
I slept like a baby.
good for you. So I woke up the next morning, still not feeling great, but like a bit uneasy. Like I feel like I needed to figure something out. So I sat down with my mom, and my mom was like,
Shout out, Momo.
guy. Shout out Momo, love you.
We know you're listening.
And shout out Jimbo.
Oh,
You're both
shout out
great.
to everybody's. I love how we're like, shout out to our moms. We're talking about doing drugs.
Yeah. Whoops.
They already know.
They already know, right? So I got up that morning and I sat down with my mom. I was like, I don't feel great. Like I need to figure out what I want to do. So she was like, there's this guy. His name's Lewis Howes. And I was kind
Lewis
of like this
Howes.
big
Shout out
motivational
Lewis.
Tony Robbins guy.
Ooh, a motivational speaker.
Yeah, but he has a podcast and it was called The School of Greatness or something like that. And
You should know that.
He was you
No,
should.
Mark should.
So it was like the first I read
You
his
just heard
book.
about it. I should. No, you're right.
Well, I'm on a self-help kick, so I really should.
Yeah,
but.
check it out. Well, it was the
But-
first book I had read in like a decade, so that was
Ooh.
good.
Ooh,
What
yeah.
what was the last book of Mice and Men?
Probably a Margaret Atwood book in like
I
English.
don't like
1000.
reading. Do you like reading?
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't.
I want to.
Yeah, I want to too.
But I
can't.
don't.
But audiobooks, because they're like little podcasts, right?
But there's something about reading the words.
Yeah, it's too much work.
I don't know. We don't have time for that anymore, guys. Sorry. Gotta save the planet.
I really like to read.
Nerd.
I promise you guys, we're gonna find out how Brand New View started eventually.
Okay. We're at the
You're
table.
dying over there to
We're
tell
at the
the
table
story,
with
too.
Mom.
I keep interrupting, and I'm
No,
doing
it's
it with a
fine.
smile
I
on
love
my
this.
face.
This is the show to
yeah,
do it on.
at the table with Mom,
Mark, you
and
have
she
the
was
floor.
like, Lewis Howes has this podcast, and he spent a lot of time in his 20s not knowing what he wants to do, so he seeked out people who are at the top of their industries, CEOs, people
Seeked
who.
herself.
Oh.
I always whatever.
Like reach out to the
Bleep
people
it
that
out.
have done it
Yeah, have
or
done it.
have figured it out.
Yeah, like the go-getters, and he was like, what made you tick? Why can't I do that? That kind of thing. So
I like that.
He went after the big people like CEO of Reebok. He networked for I think a year, and he had played like college football, so he had connections.
Oh, shot.
But so he started that podcast and just interviewed them and kind of conversation based. What did you do? How did you do it? Life story kind of thing.
Love it.
So I was like, hey, why don't I do that? And then that idea kind of sputtered because I was out of a job and I had a degree and the pressure was on. So I got that office job.
Yeah, that's the shitty thing about it.
Right?
Yeah.
Gotta pay the bills.
You gotta pay the bills.
And that student debt. But
Ooh, brutal.
oof,
Yeah. I don't have
Oof.
student debt, but I have consumer debt, and it's a lot.
right? That's endless. That's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, so.
Sounds like life.
Right.
So you just thought,
So
I
I
want to
thought-
do an interview
Yeah.
style podcast.
Why not? So
Yeah.
I told Ben about it pretty early on, like before I got that job, but we just nothing really materialized. And then I quit that job and then went back to serving for the summer. And that was July, August. I was just like, I'm not going to pay attention to life for a bit and just serve and get high and do whatever.
Can I tell my part?
Yeah.
You're gonna get to your part. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
I'm good. Thank you.
I keep going like this.
I appreciate that.
That
was very warm.
Nice.
It's like we're
That
getting
was nice.
we're getting
Yeah, that was
your
nice.
perspective,
I just
and then
had
we'll
one-
get
I just had
Ben's
one little thing.
perspective.
That's
It's kind of like a movie. Like like the movie is shot in
Scenes.
2 perspectives. Like so we get
Ooh, I like that.
we get Mark's side, and then it'll like switch to yours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So don't you worry.
You're
So
gonna get to talk.
You were. Can I ask you a question about serving?
Yes.
And starting a. I mean, okay, I'll have a couple questions about this because you guys are podcasters. I like to geek out with podcasters about podcasting.
Of course.
But do you consider it a business? Did you go into it thinking it was a hobby? And you can both answer this question. If it was a hobby or a like something that could turn into a business or like something that you could monetize.
Can I answer both?
Yes.
Hobby that turns into something
Yeah.
that could be monetized.
That's probably the better way to do it because then you have fun and then if it makes money, it makes money.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw what
Couldn't quit our jobs yesterday.
No. We saw what Sick Boy was doing.
Yeah.
And showed us Sick Boy. They're amazing. But they, eventually were able to do live shows. They're doing live tours,
The dream.
consulting, all that, right? So we're like, maybe
The dream.
that's at least a path that's plausible. So
It's very plausible. Yeah.
So that was always on our minds, and you never know. We're still pretty new, but there's a couple other options now on the table too. So we'll see what happens.
Interesting. That's fascinating. And like so did you have to how did this so you talked to him about it? Was there any were you just on board right away? Let's hear your side now.
Oh, okay, my side.
Yeah.
I did only have a little blur, but now I've got a little bit more now that I've thought about it. I remember wanting him to come back because A, I wanted to hear about his trip, but B, I needed my drug buddy back. So I needed someone to do the shrooms with me. So I was definitely
turns out those brand new guys are just fucking hippies.
No,
love
don't say
this.
that. But I was really eager, let's just say. So I think I forced you into it a little bit, especially
a little bit. I was
not telling you and putting it
vulnerable.
in your smoothie. Anyway,
Well, it's fast acting.
anyway,
When it's in a smoothie.
my first thought was, oh, that'll never happen. Like you'll just never do it. It's another idea that you're throwing at me. I can confidently say that to you because you've come to me with a lot of great ideas that never flourished.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Not like one every day, but he's come
Once a
through
week.
with a few.
5-quarter show.
and to be honest, for the first few months, I didn't think I would be a part of it in any capacity.
Oh, interesting. You were just kind of like being encouraging about it?
No. Mark kept prefacing most things with "we" or like "you and I." And
Well, I
like,
thought from the get-go, I was like, it needs to be 2 hosts.
right, and I didn't know if I was committed. I guess at that
Yeah,
that
right.
point, it took me a while.
You
to,
were
like,
right. I was thinking. I know I needed the slot
Yeah.
filled, and I wanted it to be you. But yeah, a few times we weren't sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was certainly an avid fan of podcasts. I had like 2 or 3 on the go that I loved to listen to and was always listening to on whether it was driving or running or doing whatever.
Yeah.
So I was definitely familiar with them, but I didn't think that I would ever be a part of it. And then, of course, when he asked, I knew that when he came to me, when he was as serious as he was, that the moment he asked, I would have to say yes. I was forced to say yes.
Oh, wow.
I had no other choice but to say yes. So it
That's
was kind of
so
one of those things. He was close enough to the edge. I didn't want to see him fall off on his own.
Wow. That's so fascinating.
Yeah. So when he asked, I was 2 feet in the deep end.
Did it take you guys a while to get it off the ground?
We probably started at it in September.
Mark put an aggressive dedeline in place, so then we just
Oh, really?
yeah, but 6 months sooner than I anticipated.
Whoops.
See, that's fascinating. Well, okay. And
If we had it my way, we still wouldn't have launched.
one thing I will say,
True.
because like you mentioned that I was one of your early followers. I look at podcasts coming out now and I'm just like, everyone's doing it so good. Like with just like branding and like everything is very streamlined. Holy shit, Intoxicated was a shit show when it first came out.
You guys have
I had the
gnarly
shittiest
website, though.
Shittiest little logo. I was
that's how
only
you're
on
an early
SoundCloud.
adopter.
I was only on SoundCloud at the time. I had no idea
Still, a
that
lot of
Libsyn
people-
existed and that I could
yeah.
go on like,
Libsyn's the best.
oh, you guys host with
Shout
Libsyn
out
too?
Libsyn.
Shout out to Libsyn. Hi, Libsyn. Maybe we could like post this on Instagram and
I
like,
just wanted to
waving
wave
at
too.
Hi, Libby.
Look like you were having fun.
But yeah, no, I rushed mine big time, and
No, that's cool though.
And I look at how other people do it, and I'm like, I respect that so much. I can't go back time and change how I released and launched, but like, I just loved your guys' whole look and everything
out
about
my
it. You guys
cousin
did
for
really
photos.
good. You guys did so good.
And shout out Sarah.
Shout out Sarah.
Oh yeah,
Shout
Sarah.
out Jess who did the logo.
Behind the scenes, Sarah's here.
Yeah, we're here with
Photographer,
her.
right? Yeah, nice. That's
Sarah
amazing.
Leeson, she's the greatest.
And one thing I will say about photography.
Shout out at what's your Instagram? So
Yeah, what's your Instagram?
SAR Leeson.
SAR Leeson.
Yeah.
Don't bombard her with messages.
Do you just do what kind of photos do you like focus on, or anything? Is it anything? Anything. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Nice. I think more people like I just had professional photos done, and
saw those.
It like I know that it's like at first you're like, oh, it's like a lot of money for photos, but holy shit, they go a long way.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to branding and stuff, like it's so important. So anyone listening who wants to launch something, get a professional photo shoot done.
Yeah, you gotta look good.
It's so important.
On that idea of launching, it's interesting that you said you got to do it. So one of the things I wanted to do was obviously wait, right? I wanted everything to be perfectionist, and I said, we have to have enough episodes so that we can just launch like 20
wanted
in a row.
10.
I was looking for 10. Anyway, it's interesting though, because like our 5th episode in, what we're looking to highlight on Brand New View is folks that have been able to monetize their passions, right? And Marc, in essence, is doing that now with Brand New View, right? Where he dove in, and it was like we weren't ready, but he was like, "Fuck it, I want to start it." Like, it's a business, you got to go. And that happened like our 5th episode in, where one of the guests was suggesting, if you're gonna do it, you just got to do it. Like, do it already. What are you waiting for? Get in. And then that's been a common theme with each guest is that
you just jump in.
If you have an idea worth pursuing, what are you waiting for?
Oh, I love that.
So it was nice to see whenever he pushed back and was like, "No, we're launching this date, and I don't care what you do." And I don't like how many hours did you sleep that week?
I worked for like 40 hours straight. I didn't sleep. I worked Monday to Wednesday, and I didn't sleep.
On podcast alone.
On the launch. We launched that Wednesday. We're supposed to launch the Monday, so we weren't ready Monday, and then I worked until we launched.
And you guys did you have a launch party?
We did back in January.
Wow. I remember seeing it and being like, I should go to that. And then I just totally forgot and I didn't go. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I commend you because I think it's so fucking cool.
Thank you.
And I think you guys do so good. And you guys interview, for those who don't know Brand New View, you interview people who are self-starters, people who have made businesses, like you said, monetize passion, stuff like that. So so my main question to you is, how do you find guests? Like, how do you go about finding people?
Good question.
Because as someone who also has a show that needs guests, sometimes it's stressful and hard to find people. It's tough.
As I take a sip, sorry. We kind of started, I'm very lucky that I have a couple friends that are quite successful.
That's a good place to start.
So we were able to leverage them for the first few episodes. And then word of mouth was our biggest.
Yeah. Referrals.
Yeah. Every time we had a new, we have I would say 4 or 5 of our episodes are from other guests that suggested those guests.
Oh, it's so important.
So it's been really cool. And it keeps, we kind of get to a point where we have our little list of people that have been suggested to us from the city, like entrepreneurs, whatever. And if we kind of get low, we'll reach out to 5 or 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we've only had to do that twice, maybe. Yeah.
But it wasn't anything major, really. It wasn't
not
like
at
we
all.
were hurting. It was more so to just try and throw the web out and see what we can come back with.
And that's one thing, like, I think when you start out in something like this, you might be a little cagey or like nervous to like reach out to certain people. But like you said that you were inspired by that guy who like reached out to CEOs. And I find the power of a tweet can go a Hail Mary tweet.
Characters.
Hey, and you know what works even better? Put the hashtag guest goals on it to be like, I really want to get this person on. Guest goals. Because when I started Intoxicated, I wanted it to be comedy, but I was really scared to reach out to comedians, so I was just focusing on friends. But then I tweeted at Heidi Brander, who's a comedian, local comedian here, and like I was just like, I would love to have Heidi Brander on. Guest goals. And she literally wrote back being like, I'm down. Let's do this. And like that's how it all started. So like if you want to get someone on, tag them in a story, tweet them, even
Twitter.
direct message.
DM.
be ballsy. Just
Slide
do
in for
it.
it, yeah.
Just ask, because like, what's the worst that can happen?
People are usually honored and humbled.
True. What
right?
is the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
They say, I mean, it's just like dating, right? They just say no, and then you're
Just
shattered
go
for
for
life.
Right? You go home and to the Sad Girl studio and
The quicker you can
You
get
drink
to a
some
no,
wine
though.
with your cat, and then you go to bed. You're good.
where is that cat?
Yeah,
The cat's in
seriously.
my room. I'll definitely show you. She has a spot that she hides in my room.
What's her name?
Her name is Mindy.
Aw,
At the
Mindy
time,
Buddy.
exactly.
All
That's
right.
who I named her after. Mindy
Kaling?
Kaling.
Mindy
Yeah.
Kaling.
At the time, I was into the show, and then it got shitty.
True.
But you have a cat from it.
I have a cat from it, so.
Sounds like a win to
Doug,
me.
whatever his name was.
Are you guys animal people? Do you
I
have
have a
pets?
cat.
You have a cat?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. How old? What name?
What did
what
you
kind?
just do?
That was like kind of a purr.
Yeah.
Well, I like it when guys have cats because I feel like guys are mostly dog people.
My place is too small for a dog. I don't have enough time for a dog. I'm too selfish for a dog.
You weren't really an animal person growing up. Your family
Wasn't?
Or were you?
We had animals my entire life.
But
what are
you
you talking
didn't
about?
really care about them.
What are you talking about? Yes, I did.
You're like that-
I
you
had
know
a
those-
golden
those
retriever for
families?
10 years. We had a cat for 18 years. I had a cat in university. And then I got
Really?
a cat in the
Where's
last
your
couple
golden
years.
retriever's name?
Hallie. I had her for a decade.
Did we talk about Hallie before?
Probably not.
No, you're right. I had cats all my life.
Yeah, I had a
love
cat
cats.
since I was 4. So
Yeah, they're the
Cornflakes lived 18 years.
Cornflakes!
Stop coming at me, boy.
I love that. Did
I'm
I
a
just,
big animal person. I used to have frogs. They were awesome.
Did I just do something to the headphones? I can only hear in this ear right now.
No.
Oh, did you pull out?
Did I?
Stop.
I don't know.
I did.
Safety first.
Oh man, that's so funny. So what was releasing the first episode like? Like, was that stressful as
Breeze
shit?
for me.
Yeah, he was like, "Did
I
you
did
release them
nothing.
yet?"
Yeah. I haven't done a thing.
It was stressful. It was like 2 days.
I was moral
straight.
support.
Me too. Yeah, same. I spent a whole weekend.
Yeah, it's so tedious, but
Oof.
and it was my first time editing episodes, so I'd never done that in my life.
Yeah.
I was like,
Mastered it
yeah,
now,
one day
though.
will be good for all that, right?
No, not when you're first starting.
No,
You
definitely
put the
not.
pro in procrastination.
Damn right.
Ding.
Love it.
Yeah, see how the bell gets contagious?
It really does.
Yeah, it
I want to win how many bell tings we get.
Oh,
I'm at 2.
if you're listening, drink every time there's a bell ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Sarah.
How did you laugh while drinking that? That was impressive.
The host of Intoxicated.
I'm a professional, okay?
Host of Tricks Up
Who
Her
am I
Sleeve.
kidding?
I don't even remember where we were at.
Oh
What
yeah,
were we talking
the
about?
launch, the first episode.
Yes, so we launched with 3 episodes.
You pumped 3 out right
Yeah,
at once,
we had
which
an
is
intro
what.
and then 3
Yeah,
episodes.
that's a good idea. That's a good. Did you release them the next week or did you?
Yep.
Yes.
No.
So we released
Yeah.
that Wednesday, December 5th. I think it was the 5th. Yeah. The intro and then 3 episodes, and then that following Monday, episode 4.
Good for you, man. That's crazy.
And it's been. I mean, you mentioned how we found guests. It's been pretty easy, but in January, we had recorded for our first episode in January back in December. We thought we were all good to go. And we were recording with someone from Toronto. So she was sending us the audio.
Every time you tell the story. it
Oh,
comes
you
back and it
recorded
hurts.
remotely?
So we recorded
Yeah.
with.
We've done it
Well, we
3 or
recorded
4
with
times.
FaceTime with like a separate recorder.
Yeah.
Now we just get the people that open up GarageBand and record it themselves.
What an interview.
But it was amazing. We were recording audio, but then we switched the FaceTime to video, and as soon as it did that, it cut out the audio, and we had no idea. We just kept.
If you
the
were
idea.
to describe a perfect morning, you would say like everything was on time, everything worked out perfectly, everything was like beautiful, natural, everything, right? You're describing a perfect morning, start to your day or whatever it is. That was how this podcast went, and we lost it all.
Oh, it's the worst.
It was perfect. The timing was bang on. Everything, like
Our first
Marc
fuck.
oh yeah, we had our first
very
fuck
first
bomb in there.
I mean, the first swear word.
Well, that was
fuck.
funny because when
Plus
I
ID
was
card.
when I was listening to your episodes, I was trying to feel it out to be like, how cursey is this? And then like when I heard a fuck, I was like, yes, my people.
We thought about it starting out. We were like, should we do?
No, don't put this as we.
I thought we discussed it.
We discussed it, but I was.
But then we're like,
very
fuck it.
Yeah.
against it.
You're talking about things that do have to do with people's professional lives, but you're doing it in a very casual, comfortable way. So
We're
that
doing it in a very candid way.
people
Like,
are
we want to be
swear.
real.
I think that's why podcast is so
Exactly.
popular.
Like Mark
candid.
I
Yeah.
swear in regular life, so I was like, we're not going to butter ourselves up any. Say exactly what you want.
It's sometimes harder
100%.
to, you'll come across as maybe not fake, but holding, people can hear it when you're holding back.
Yeah.
You know, like in your voice and your
frig.
tone. And so,
shucks.
I think
fuck.
I think that's why podcasts are so popular.
Darn.
Is because people are just telling you how it is, and you feel like you're part of a genuine.
The best part about a
conversation.
podcast is that if you're listening to two people have a conversation, you can feel as though you're that third person. You don't have to contribute, but you're in the room, right? The best one encapsulates those moments.
Yeah, like you're
right?
there with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I'll talk back.
Oh yeah,
when I'm
like,
listening.
Sometimes I'm like, I'll pause it and I'll be like, I had such a better way of saying that, or I had such a better answer to that. Like,
Do you guys ever listen back
Ever
to your
heard of 'em?
episodes and then like
Stop
critique
it.
yourself?
I
haven't listened to an episode yet.
Ben can't, but is working on it.
I will.
You've never listened to an episode of your
I've
own
listened
podcast?
to 20 minutes of it.
Is it because you don't like the sound of your own voice?
Precisely. No.
Really?
I just.
Because
I don't know.
you guys both have
Ben
actually
second guesses
really
everything
good.
he ever does.
Yeah.
You both have like radio voices. Has
Thank
anyone
you.
ever told you that?
Have you seen our faces?
My neighbor said she falls asleep to my voice.
You guys could do. You guys
Is
could
that a
be.
good thing? Is that a good thing?
It is because
Yes.
ASMR.
Yeah. Oh, should we do an ASMR podcast?
You should totally, because like you guys have very calm, bassy voices. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think
that?
I think
What's
you
that?
could.
He's into it.
What?
I actually love ASMR. It's changed my life in a weird way.
It's hey.
I can sleep at night now
There
thanks
you
to
go.
ASMR. So
If it works, it works.
if it works, it works. Man, oh man. Do you guys have a favorite guest that you've had on so far?
Oh, don't
Oh,
you
yeah,
put
don't
that
make us
evil
do
on
that.
us.
Oh, listen,
Come on.
listen. We're almost at an hour. Whoever's
No.
listening to this, they deserve to hear it.
No, they've
We've
just cracked their
had-
third beer.
Or maybe not a favorite, but maybe like one that stands out as when you were like, because I do feel like when you start a podcast in the early days, you're kind of finding your groove.
Oh,
You know?
Can I tell mine?
Yeah.
I'll start
baby.
us off. I won't say she was a favorite. She was a favorite, but not like the favorite. She was a favorite in the sense that we felt.
Is that worse?
I don't know. Good point.
You're not the worst, but you're not the best.
Okay, she was my favorite. She
There
was
you
my
go.
favorite setup too. Luella, our
Yeah,
second episode.
yeah.
Okay, so episode 2.
Well, Luella's she's very sweet because
I just love that it was it was at NSCC and it
Oh,
was just
cool.
it was so real. It was awesome. It was
Nice.
and it was the first one
Yeah,
was
it
with
was
my
just
friend
awesome.
John, and like the other ones were with friends. And that one, even though I had known her, we really tried to be professional
actually
about it.
that episode we
and-
lost.
We what?
That episode we lost. I love that one.
Yeah.
Oh
that's-
yeah, I know. I was gonna say I lost parts of
There's-
Luella's audio, but don't tell anyone.
There's nothing worse than losing it. I've lost episodes too, and I like there was one that I literally accidentally deleted myself.
Really?
I was like frantically trying to free up space on my computer,
Been there.
and I sent it to a recycle bin and emptied the recycling bin. And then this
There's
was
gotta be a fail-safe when you
another
empty the
amazing
recycle
episode.
bin. I don't get it.
Yeah, this was one that was actually like one of the drunker
It's like
episodes
the third
too.
time you have to delete it.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's the
insane.
second.
Well,
Which
sorry.
proves my point. There should be 3 times.
There should there should be. Are you sure? Are you really sure?
Yeah, like, whoa, Sarah, that's next week's episode. What are you doing?
It's the worst feeling losing episodes. I remember I went to data recovery places, just being like, "There's no amount I won't pay. Please get this." Like,
me
because it was so
anxiety.
good. It was so good.
It's always the best ones.
And I don't always believe in re-recording, but like weeks later, we actually sat down and re-recorded, and it was still great. But like even still, I'm like, that lost episode, no one will ever
know.
hear it.
I know. Oh,
Who was
now
your
you-
favorite, Mark?
You're opening up wounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
talking
why
about, right?
I'm trying to move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, anytime you have
The
podcasting
stings.
woes, just talk to me because I've probably been through it.
The way you put it there, you're like, no one's ever gonna.
I don't know what was I don't know what was worse, losing the episode or trying to come up with a
Shout
game
out Hannah,
plan
by the way, love
on,
ya.
on how we could approach her again.
Oh, did you re-record
We
it?
re-recorded.
Oh, okay, good.
And it
good.
was
We
that was the
scrambled
thing.
so
We-
hard.
We recorded the day before Her episode.
Her
was scheduled
episode.
to
Oh
come out
man, that was like scrambled
from
eggs.
Toronto, and like hoping this.
Poor
wasn't
girl,
gonna
she didn't
happen
have like
again.
an hour free, and she gave us 2.
I know.
Good for her. Oh, that's.
She's a sweetheart.
She's the best. Look
Shout
out for her.
Hannah.
She's
Yeah,
moving back
hit
to
it-
Halifax
hit with
soon.
Hannah.
Hit with Hannah.
Oh wow.
Everyone's
Gonna have her
gonna
own
get in shape.
studio.
Hit with. So what does she do?
High intensity workouts, but like a very community based.
Oh, I want.
Version.
Ooh, I want. I love high
Very
intensity
inclusive.
workouts.
Yeah.
Very inclusive. She's super sweet.
Yeah, she's
We
awesome.
really like her.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
She just got engaged. Shout out, hubby.
Shout out. She's getting married soon, probably this
Thanks.
summer.
Jealous.
We should know that. I think she
So
told us.
who was your favorite, Mark?
Yeah.
Who was my favorite? Oh.
You can't steal Luella.
I won't. I won't say a favorite guest. I'll say one of the stories that really resonated with me
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
the story that Dorico told when he was working at.
Talking to the mic.
I am talking to the mic.
Oh, weird. I didn't realize that if you go to the side, you can't.
Yeah.
That's
you got
interesting.
it straight on.
Doesn't
Yeah.
work the same.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
He was telling a story when he was working at one of the
Dorico's
youth
also the man.
shelters.
Every one
in,
of our
in the
guests
city.
is the
Everyone's
man.
the man. He
Or woman.
was taking care of some of the kids, and he was cleaning up their little areas because they were out for the day or whatever. And there was a can of or a bottle of pop with like that much left. I can't do that because people can see it now. Like that much left, warm, flat, and he's like thinking to himself, I don't want to throw anything out without asking. So he asked one of the supervisors, should I throw this out? Is this garbage? I'm like, no, don't throw out anything. He's like, okay. So he puts it back next to the guy's bed, and the guy comes in later. He's in his teens, and he sees the pop, and he's like, oh, thank God, and drinks it, and he's so happy. And Trico's like, I thought that was garbage.
Oh,
and this person is just like, this is their day now. And I was like, oh, fuck.
That hits
Yeah.
somewhere. That hits somewhere.
I tugged at it, did it?
Yeah, that took.
Gonna have to unpack that later.
Man, Dorico was the man. Like,
Oh
Shout out Dorico, I love you.
Dorico's done some things.
That is. It's
And
so
still
cool.
doing them.
Well, I think it's
Well
so cool
said.
about what you guys do is that you almost get like their, like, almost like an autobiography. Like you go back to the very beginning and find out how they got to where they
I'm
are
gonna
there.
say it. That was unintentional.
Yeah.
That
We developed
Oh,
a little
interesting.
bit.
I was
We
thinking
developed
about
a
that the
little
other
bit.
day.
Yeah, so was I. This is why we're good friends. We're on a similar wavelength, but we were thinking of sending them a set of questions so that they could respond to them, so that we could be somewhat prepared. But he and I would rather go off the cuff than have a script.
Yeah.
And then we were thinking. I think during the first 5-10 minutes of our first episode, we were like, "How are we gonna do this? Like, we got to figure this out." So we were like, "Let's just hit it chronologically." And then when we started like that, we were hoping and kind of betting on ourselves that we would find defining moments.
Yeah,
like
I love
throughout
that.
like throughout the journey or the story, and
Yep.
we ended up doing just that with our first guest. Like he hit on some points, kind of elementary, junior high, high school, university, like
So
all these.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know if he went to university, but post secondary
Yeah,
life.
to Acadia.
Yeah, so there you go. So just
That's
a lot of
interesting.
different
That
a
was
lot of
cool.
different perspectives along the way.
I
Right?
love
too.
that.
So
I'm just looking something up right now because that reminds me of something.
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. Do you know what his podcast is called?
I love that I
Fill in
reminded
the
you
blank.
of Dr. Phil.
Unbelievable.
No, he has this like
you see, man, in America.
he has this rule.
You choose to be fat. I'll never forget that episode.
That's a good impression.
You choose to
Um,
You choose. Yeah, that's better.
You choose to be fat. Howdy ho.
Must be this.
Here we are back
Kind of sounds like
again.
Mr. Hanky, doesn't it?
You choose to be fat.
Oh, there it is. 1075.
You've got one choice.
Have you heard of this?
Oh.
So this is he says like it's like 1075. So it's like there's always 10 defining moments,
Dr. Phil just popped up. grinning at us.
seven critical choices, and 5 pivotal people.
Ooh.
So it's interesting. Do
We
you guys
didn't know
know?
that either.
Actually, let's get real deep here because what I
Yes.
like about having you guys
Let's
on
get guttural.
is that you guys interview people about their lives, but we don't know much about you guys.
Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go.
So
It's a mystery.
Tables are turning.
Can we see ourselves again that way?
Oh yeah, that's. That's like a fun.
Thought the song was
Listen,
about you.
Every
don't
single
you,
podcaster is a
don't
narcissist.
Ben's
All
like,
right.
every single one of these moves has been calculated. Okay, I need to see myself.
Actually, I was
And I'm right
staring
there
at
with
you.
you,
I was
bud.
staring at you in this one while you were telling that story, and I was like this with my mouth open. I was like, And then I caught myself and I was like, oh, probably don't want to be doing that. I like fixed my posture.
I
I keep
know.
forgetting about this one. Where's that?
Right?
It's just mirrored.
Wow.
It's just a mirrored monitor.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the exact same.
Oh.
It's very
I thought
interesting.
it was picking us up on different angles
Yes.
too. So you caught me looking great on both cameras. Hey.
I want to get a multicam setup eventually.
That's hilarious.
I want to be
Yeah,
like, do you know H3 podcast? They do
Yeah,
video.
H3 or whatever.
Yeah,
Ethan
like
and
yes,
Erna, whatever.
yeah,
it is.
yeah. I want to do a setup like that where it's like a table and like
Shout
different
out.
cameras, like
Yeah.
different views. So
Yeah.
it's all
Brand
a
new
journey.
view.
In the studio.
new view.
What are we gonna call it?
Oh,
The studio?
we'll talk after this. That's
The
an off
pod
mic.
den.
Yeah.
The pod den.
That's an off mic convo, because I discovered with these guys that we're on the same wavelength in terms of what should be done here in Halifax. But
the city.
that's a tease, and we'll talk about that another time.
Coming soon.
Well, I want to know. You guys ask about the lives of your guests. Do you guys know what the defining moments in your lives were, like that defined you?
Shit, I don't even know. If
Those,
I've
I know
even
that's
thought
like a
about that.
mega deep question,
Whoa.
The shrooms. No.
but probably for you, is quitting that job has got to have been one of
Yeah,
them.
like that job really was it finally made me make the decision that I'd been putting off for honestly a decade. So I suppose that was definitely a defining moment.
Yeah.
And trying to think of earlier ones, nothing comes to mind. So that I feel like that's got to be the biggest.
The best is yet
Yeah.
to come.
Oh yeah.
I like that, Mark.
What about yourself?
I think for
Any
me,
big moments?
yeah, like a lot in the last 10 to 15 years of trying to make my own decisions. My parents like really influenced me and really helped me with a lot of decisions.
Yeah.
So kind of breaking free from that and like really making my own decisions, like not letting anything influence me.
Oh, I love that.
Those were pivotal moments or defining moments along the way for sure. And I can think of those, but
Did you
they're
grow
drawn
okay?
out
Like
long
not
drawn
to be
out.
too blunt, but did you grow up spoiled a little bit?
It would
Or, like-
depend on your definition of spoiled. My parents just never left me without. Like I always had. whatever I
Right.
Would you say they
Right.
coddled you?
Like I would say that if I was crawling up the stairs, they were right behind me and they wouldn't wait for me to fall.
Kind of helicopter parent.
It's
sort
hard to
of,
define. Like
kind of.
I associate most of those words with a negative connotation, but like
Yeah.
I would say that they were very supportive.
Yeah.
I don't know if coddle is the right word. I mean, they certainly taught me how to make my own decisions. I just think that there was a disconnect on when it came time to actually make those decisions.
Right.
But in terms of spoil, I mean, they made me work for everything. I had to pay for my own university and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like living and like I've
Nice.
been responsible or adult like since.
Did you
21.
where? Okay, so where are you both from? You're
Halifax, just around the corner.
Halifax.
I was born in New Brunswick, moved to PEI when I was 4, and then grew up there till I was 19, 20.
So Maritimers.
Couple of Maritimers.
Couple
yeah.
of Maritimer boys. Did you always know what you wanted to do when you were younger?
I still don't know.
I still don't.
Yeah, babe.
That's 3 for me.
Yeah.
No, I had no idea.
I feel like I wanted to be everything. Wait, what? Did I miss a
I
ding?
said, does that count as 3?
3. Oh.
Oh, we each get a ding.
Oh,
We each
shit.
get a ding.
I forgot that we're making people drink for them too.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like
Chug
ding,
it.
ding, ding.
Do it, Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I still don't know either. I wanted to be everything from a marine biologist to a vet to a lawyer. Like,
Hey.
never did any of those.
Now
never.
podcast host.
That's true.
Best yet.
I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to do in some part, and I knew definitely what I didn't want to do.
Right.
So I always knew that I wanted to work with people, and I always knew that I wasn't going to work strictly by the man.
Damn the man.
It's not even that. I just didn't see myself in like a 9-to-5 slicked hair suit kind of.
Yeah,
way.
baby.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah. Same for me. Same for me. We're not office people here.
Yeah.
No.
I
Yeah,
hope
no.
this doesn't
I
come.
need an open culture.
Yeah. I hope this doesn't sound like asshole-ish, but I just growing up, I knew that I wasn't gonna ever be happy working a regular job that already exists. Like I knew I had to like blaze some sort of trail.
Yeah.
That was the only way I was gonna feel happy or feel motivated to do something.
Oh my gosh. So friggin' true. I'm only just realizing that about myself now, but like that's a tough realization to like embrace. Because it's a little scary.
It is. It's a life of
The idea of like
work and
kind of being
risk.
your own boss in a sense. I mean, we all got to pay the bills and work in some capacity, but like it's nerve-wracking.
I would say to this point, most of my
As I
jobs.
finish that beer.
Most of my jobs to this point have just been jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
Like as a means to an end or something to help pay. Like I don't have a career yet, and I don't ever really find myself in one.
And that's kind of the difference. Like
I don't see myself in one anyway.
There's some people who think, there's some people I look at that I'm like, almost their entire life is work. And in terms of like their day job, like their 9-to-5 job is all they talk about. Like, you know, when you go out drinking with friends and like everyone's just
Never
talking
done
about
that.
work.
Yeah.
I just hate that. Thank you. I hate it.
I can't stand it.
I hate
if someone's
it.
talking about work on a Saturday, I'll like get up and
It's
leave or tell them to
basically
stop.
small talk. It's
I'm like, enough. Come on, we do this all the time. There's got to be more to life than working.
More than that. And then it's just, yeah. So like people who have side hustles or creative things going on, like I'm just like, I want to talk to them because like I want to find out what's going on with that, you know, like work.
It's just so much more than we once thought. Growing up, I mean, Ben and I kind of, and no
We had
fault to our parents,
similar
they're
upbringings.
lovely, but just the way it kind of was, it was very traditional, and
Yeah.
there were kind of steps that you would reach throughout
I wouldn't
life.
say our parents coddle us. I'd say they're too sweet for their own good.
Yeah. They were never. Can't
They were never
bear
over-
to see
yeah.
us in any sort of
Unhappy.
danger
Yeah,
or
unhappy,
anything
yes.
like that.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I
So they
I
kind
would
of-
say that there's a direct. Sorry to keep interrupting
That's
you,
okay.
but there's probably a direct link to how their parents treated them.
I read an article the other day of how they were latchkey kids, and since they were allowed to roam free and do whatever they wanted what
Right.
they never had.
Exactly.
For us.
That's exactly. My parents were both the youngest by like 6 years and 10 years, I think. They were kind of like, not necessarily afterthoughts. That's like a poor word to use, but
Right.
they were definitely
Afterthoughts.
Well, I mean, like when my dad was born.
Second worst A word.
When my dad was born, his oldest brother was going off to university. He was 18 years older. So like he never really got to know him, right?
Wow, yeah.
So like when he was a kid, when he wanted anything, it was like maybe if your brothers had it, like you can see if they have it. Like it was never like you're getting a brand new this or you're getting this experience or any of that, because
Right.
the parents, they'd already gone through all of that with the other kids. So when it was time for my sister and I to come through, we were just afforded every opportunity, like because
Right.
they wanted to make good on that.
Yeah.
Because of how they were raised. I think anyway. I don't know. I've thought a little bit about it, but not.
It's
a
all
ton.
good intentions, right? I mean,
It's all good intentions, 100%. 100%.
Shout out my parents. I love them
yeah,
to death.
love yaws.
Do you, what about like siblings and like where you fall in the
Only
pecking order?
child.
pecking order?
You can't tell he's an only child.
You're an only child? Okay. And what about you?
I have an
Did
older
you hear
sister.
that
Older
Can't you tell?
expression of surprise, Ben? That's
You're an only child? Mark said that you like
Sounds
banter?
rich. Yeah. This is exactly what I love about life. Just talking. I can't shut up. I walk into a room and I just instantly start talking. If no one's responding, I'll just keep talking until
Are
I
you
get
the
something.
type that like has trouble finishing a meal at dinner because
Okay,
you're
so
talking
when
the
I
whole
was
time?
when I was
Literally
growing
told
up,
this story
yeah.
the other day.
When I was growing up, okay, like we all had a responsibility before dinner, and then we definitely had a responsibility after dinner. I never got to my responsibility after dinner because I was always eating to try and finish up. Because during dinner, I would be like
talking the whole time?
I'd be doing a skit, I'd be talking, I'd be like telling them about what I encountered that day. They'd just be sitting there, and
Miming.
you could hear like the clanking of the fork against the plate, and they'd all be done their meals, and I hadn't touched mine.
Oh my god.
Hadn't touched it.
Oh my god. And oh man.
Yeah, I talk a
Such a
lot. Like
talker.
if I go out with like someone new, or if I go on a date, or if I go on a road trip, I cannot stand the silence.
Okay.
On that
Okay.
person.
So then that brings up.
I
So
have to
you
fill
have a
that
you have a
space.
girlfriend.
I do.
Long term.
Yeah.
GF. What about you?
Single.
Single. Okay. I have a question.
And
now that
ready
you're a
to mingle.
podcaster and dating, do you find I went on a date somewhat recently, and I thought I treated it too much like a podcast interview. Do you find that at all?
Not
Ooh,
really.
great question.
That is a great question.
It's interesting because I didn't think I was in the moment. In the moment, I was just like, I'm just keeping the conversation going. I'm just asking questions. But then I realized I was like, I'm probably like
A little
asking
bit.
too many questions.
Yeah, I've always had.
Just getting that, yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to call it an issue, but I've always had this I don't even know if it's an ability. I've always made friends quickly. Like
same.
on my end, I think
Yeah.
anyway. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we're best friends, and they're like, what's your name again?
The fuck is this guy?
Like I'll meet someone on the street, and I'm like, you should hear how much this guy affected my day, and everyone's like, he doesn't remember you at all. So I would say that I feel a little bit too comfortable too quickly. So that would probably show on the date a little bit more. But I don't know if I ask.
Yep.
Too many questions. I don't know. What's too many questions?
I don't think that's.
I'm trying to get to know you quickly, so I
I
can qualify or
personally
disqualify.
don't think that there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
But like, I just
Depends on the
remember
person.
walking away from that date going like, I probably treated it too much like an interview, like a podcast episode.
I
Definitely
hate dates.
depends on
Dates
depends
are
on the
stupid.
person. Dates are silly.
Oh, dating is
like a job interview.
This is why, but this is again why I always go for friends, because I'm like, then we can just be boyfriend girlfriend.
We'll stick it in once in a while.
Everything else is already set up.
It's tough. Are you like on any apps or anything?
No,
No.
I've never been on an app.
You've never
I will
been on
look
an
you
app?
up on Tinder right
you can,
now.
You can try. No, I've never.
You've
I've
never
never tried an app.
used an app?
Nope.
Instagram.
Confidently say I have. Yeah,
You've never
yeah,
used
Instagram.
Have you ever done Tinder?
I have one Tinder slay to my name. That's it.
You have one
Tinder.
slay?
Ooh.
Yeah, is that
Is
what
that
you
what you
said?
said? A
I was
Tinder
waiting for
slay?
that. I was like, I have one Tinder slay under my belt. I was like, you do?
I
Or-
love
are you
Mark's
gonna say it
expression.
like that?
You know what that expression is? It's
Devious.
Did I say that? I just said that.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Did I say that? And it was filmed.
Oh, you did
yes,
say that.
I did say that, and it was filmed.
I have one Tinder slay under my belt. That's
Sort of a-
hilarious, Mark.
So you have limited experience or some experience with Tinder.
Limited, and I don't know. Like I don't. Most of the people I've dated, I've known, and I've gotten to know. Like
Well,
I'm
that's
not.
that's the ideal situation, I think. Personally.
And not in a date scenario, like either working with them or being friends with them or whatever. Like
Introduced from a friend.
there's so much pressure on a date. Like how can you
So
really
much.
be yourself? That's why divorce rate's so high, because people think dates are realistic of real life.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you find people to date when you're not on apps? This is what I want to know.
Patience.
Patience? Or like do you find people or do you not?
Honest-
Let's dig in.
Honestly,
Get into it, Ben. He's pretty private about his personal life.
yeah, I'm very private about this.
This is
so
intoxicated.
I'm gonna
It's
make sure that
personal.
I tiptoe around this accordingly.
And I don't mean to pry. Yes, you did.
I would say, I don't know. I hope to meet people organically as
Yeah.
best I can. I know that that's definitely falling by the wayside. I would rely on friends introducing me
Friends.
or just letting it happen, I guess.
Do you go out a lot?
No.
Interesting.
We're not big fans of going out anymore.
No, I'm not. It's. I
haven't
think
been out in
it's-
years.
It's the age. I think the age range that we are in.
And the recovery
It's a little
time.
tough.
I think the first 10 years I did go out, like from the time I was 17 till 27 or so, 25. Like the amount of money, the amount of time lost, rough next days and mistakes that night. Like there's just too much of that going on consistently. So I was just content with doing that.
Music
as
is
much
too
as I
fucking
did.
loud.
Yeah.
It's so loud when you go to bars. Like I'm just like I like talking.
Right? Like,
So I feel like I'm
I like
yelling over
to go
people.
to bed at like 10:30,
right?
11.
Why are we fighting to do what we came here to do?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
This music is so good.
Now again from that episode that I listened to, you guys were talking about morning and night people. And I forget who was which.
Oh,
One
he's
of-
a night owl. I'm a
You're the
morning
night
person.
owl, and you're the.
Feels
Morning
like 2
person.
in the afternoon right now.
What time? What's your normal bedtime?
It feels like 2 a.m. right now. I am exhausted.
Well, my girlfriend works at a bar. And
I'm just joking. It's
An
8:45.
unnamed bar.
an
Ready to
unnamed
go.
bar. Should have
I had a Red Bull today.
Hey, Robbie.
Shut up, Robbie Vino.
I'm getting Robbie on at some point.
Yeah, Sunday Silly's coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 out of the 7 days of the week, I don't go to bed till like 5.
Oof. Yeah.
And then
I'm with
we
ya.
usually go to
I'm
bed
with-
around like
I'm with you
2
on
or
that.
3 the other days. And it's fine. I don't get 8 hours.
Well, I think that's like the server bartender lifestyle too, is the more late night because you're not done till late.
Yeah.
And who wants to fucking go to bed as soon as they get home from work? No one.
No one.
Not a one.
But I like it. I felt so restricted knowing days.
I'm like, I am so ready for bed.
I fell asleep 2 hours ago. That's what Ben's saying. No, but I don't know. I always felt so restricted
took
by
a
this.
nap
Like,
today.
your weekend has to be Saturday to Sunday
God, I
on
love my
Sunday.
sleep.
And then
Yeah.
your work week's Monday to Friday. Like, don't tell me shit.
Yeah, it's this weird thing that we've grown
You
up
rebel,
with.
you.
Yeah. Of course, the podcast. You're the editor, right? Like you edit.
Editor in chief, yes.
Editor in chief. So yeah, that makes sense.
I'm the studio.
Yeah.
I'm the studio.
Get fucked.
Not for long.
Wait. So do you guys record at your place?
Yes, we do.
Oh.
That's my apartment. Shout out.
Shout
I'm not gonna give my address actually.
579.
Shut up. No, I don't care.
Leave that out.
Come on, bitch.
John Street.
Would you guys have a name for your studio?
Corner
wow.
store.
The
the one that we're looking to acquire,
Ooh.
or the one we're currently in.
Careful.
We call my place the corner store.
Corner store. Oh, I like that.
It used to be a corner store.
Oh.
It's on the corner.
Oh, I like that.
I keep rolling into you. Is there a lean on this fucking floor?
You're
That's okay.
intoxicated.
We're cozy. We're cozy. There might be. You never fucking know. I mean, it is killing properties, so it could be
Right.
stilted somehow.
The
But
most ironic name in Halifax.
Kill him.
Shout out
Kill
IWK though. He was a good guy.
Right?
IWK.
Oh yeah, Killam Property is named after Isaac Killam.
Ah.
You know
that's
so much about
IWK
this province,
is like
it's not even
his initials.
It honestly it astonishes me.
Well, it's
ask
'cause-
him about a school. Ask him about a high school somewhere.
Dr. John Hugh Gillis.
Yeah, where is it,
And
Mark?
J.H. Gillis, get the fuck out of here.
Do you know what town is
He
Dr.
could tell
John
me,
Hugh
he
Gillis?
could tell you how
in?
many people graduated.
Where is
in
J.H.
2008.
Gillis? I'm fucking
Antigonish.
Antigonish.
That's
Ain't you get nowhere.
We played them in soccer. You're bringing up memories again. In grade
This is
12.
twice this week you've gone down that memory lane.
semifinals. Yeah, you're right. How did that come up the other week? I don't know.
Are you guys sporty people? Do you play sports?
We grew up playing sports,
Both of you? Yeah.
but I don't.
Yeah.
Super competitive.
I wish I did like sport. It's weird because like sports growing up, it kind of like it's a safe. What's the word I'm looking for?
Safe.
Haven.
That's
Safe
what
space?
kind of thought. Safe haven. It's like it's like a safety net
Yeah.
kind of thing. You know, if you have sports, you're always gonna be in some kind of group. So I like focused on sports a lot because social aspects of life were so important to me. But now I'm like, well, if you're not going pro, that shit's not gonna do anything for you in your 20s. Like learn an instrument or something else like that. I played piano, but I wasn't great at it.
Oh, I wish I could play an instrument.
I would still disagree.
Really?
Okay, I know we had a big talk about sports, and it's definitely awesome.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, I that's what I mean. Like it as a child and growing
As soon
up,
as you're not going pro, you have to
great
take
lessons.
lessons from it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like into your 20s and 30s, I mean,
It's just
you
recreational.
can utilize other skills like a musical
Or
instrument,
learn new
or if
skills,
you learn how to
like,
code as a kid, like be
Ooh,
working
yeah.
for fucking
Learn different languages.
It teaches you.
Squarespace.
It's like
You can
transferable
read.
skills.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many transferable skills. In
No one wants to
sport.
see me skate down the ice.
I played
I'd pay to see
soccer.
that.
I played soccer
would.
like really young, and I remember kicking the ball in the wrong net once,
Ooh.
and I never went back.
That was it, eh?
You were that person.
Well, no, I was such a quitter.
Did you kick it into the wrong
And
net and
with
then just
every-
like
Quit
keep
with
going
this,
and
though.
running?
I
off
didn't
the
quit with
field,
this.
like,
This is
just
the one thing I
going?
didn't quit. This is the one thing
This
that
is super cool. I
This
love
is,
didn't
it.
quit.
I'm having
Yeah, I'm having a
ball
blast.
right now. Like I'm upset that you have to leave at 10, but what can you do?
I like the green space.
I'm going to a bitchin' party.
I know. Where is it?
I'm sure I could probably take you guys.
We're leaving at 9:30 actually.
I'm going to a birthday party.
We have to get
my friend
somewhere, and
Harper,
it closes
who
at 10.
Oh
so-
yeah.
Who-
No, we.
she goes all
What
out.
do you want
I'll
from
give you a
me?
gram. Fuck.
Thank you.
I like pre-gaming people. Like one of my favorite things to do for Intoxicated is
I
like,
really appreciate the beer actually.
is
It's
like
super sweet of you.
yeah. Well,
this
it's
is
like
great.
if you have plans, come do the podcast first.
Do you like
and
red wine?
pre-drink.
This is
I
a
do.
pre-drink,
should we get
isn't
some?
it?
Should we get the wine?
No, but will you drink that at least?
I will drink it.
Okay.
You're still on your first soda line.
So here's the deal with me. I'm on antibiotics right now.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Shout
Forgot
out
about that.
Anti.
Shout
And
out.
so like really I'm actually putting 2 pills
Did you
into
just
me.
go for a shout out because I went for a shout out?
You're nothing,
Shout
Sarah.
out antibiotics.
I did.
started it.
I said shout out antis, and Mark was like, yeah, shout out.
There's 2 pills going into my like if I drink,
You gotta
2
finish that
pills
sentence.
2 pills will be rendered not even working
The red
because
pill or the blue pill?
the antibiotics won't work And then the fact that I'm on antibiotics means my birth control pill isn't really working.
And tonight's a big night, folks. So she can't have too many
Big
drinks.
Friday.
So now I'm like
You
doing
heard about
two
the party
things.
she's
I'm
going
like,
to.
what's happening?
It's at the campfire.
I wish.
That'd be amazing.
No, it's my friend Harper's birthday, and she's having a fancy
Oh,
party.
yes.
Happy birthday,
Friend of the
Harper.
show, Harper.
Harper McCormick. Yeah, and she, I guess there's like,
How do you know all these people?
like a
I
champagne
look
keg.
at her Instagram. I do things.
Hell yeah, you did. She's great.
You're an
Champagne
observant
keg.
little bastard.
Intoxicated.
Yeah, intoxicated. Fucking. This is where other podcasters come to like blow off steam.
Yeah.
I think.
I think so. Can we come on in every few weeks?
You could. I was thinking of fun thing I could
De-stress
do
ourselves?
because I do monthly comedy live streams.
We're definitely coming on the live stream.
What I might do is I might do like a podcaster live stream. So I might reach out
it.
to like other podcasters and like
Absolutely.
just put them in a room. Because what I do is like you'll see one camera over there. I actually make it like very Big Brother-ish. So it'll be like a camera on one couch and then the other couch.
Awesome.
And then it's just a party.
I like
and
how you
then,
say coach.
And then people in the comments piss us off when you fight with them.
That makes sense.
I'm interested with the lighting. How did you know what you needed?
I didn't really. Well, actually, YouTube helps a lot.
Yeah.
I feel
With
like
the
I should
lights,
put makeup on.
With the lights, I had a photographer
You look
friend
great,
tell
bud.
me
I
to
know,
look into
but-
LED light panels because they're not they're LEDs, so they don't get hot. So even though it's hot as fuck in here, it could be a lot hotter.
I really like it hot. It could get warmer. I could throw my sweater on. No question.
we have the recordings and it's 25 fucking degrees in his apartment.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm dying.
wearing slippers and like a winter hat, and I'm like, "Don't pass me
Apartments
the
in Halifax,
blanket."
man, they're so hot.
Oh, I wait.
I love
Jeez.
it warm.
Oh man.
No, hot.
I could-
Sauna.
Yeah.
Shout out
it's-
sauna
yeah,
boys.
Shout
out sauna crew.
boys, the sauna crew.
Tell us about the sauna crew.
Can I tell you guys a story actually about
Yes.
the sauna crew?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know what the
the sauna crew is this group of individuals that are always in the sauna at the same time I go in. Shout out Burnside, good life. I head in there every day at like 6 o'clock. 6.
What's the average age of the sauna crew?
50?
Really? I thought it was going to be
65.
like 65.
towels or no towels.
Oh,
No
these guys are very
towels.
they're conservative. There's no dicks out.
No, so towels.
So towels. Well, towels or shorts or like compression shorts.
What about
Whatever.
dick towels?
I'm not gonna answer your stupid question.
Shout out It's Always Sunny.
Dick towels.
I love the show. Yes.
Okay, I'll give you that one. So anyway, the other day, I've known this one guy. I'm not going to use any names, but I've known him for about a year, and I would consider him like a mentor to me because he knows a lot of personal things. We oftentimes, end up just he and I, or he's the most consistent, I would say. And he was in the other day, and he was telling me about a trip that he experienced in the first week of April, where he went on a cruise. And he was like, "Yeah, we took the kids down." And I was like, "Oh, you and the wife?" And then he's like, "Yep." And he was kind of like half awkward about it. And anyway, one of the guys afterward, he was like, "I don't know if he's got a wife there, fella." And I was like, "Oh, like I'm for sure." He said he was married and like they've got kids, and he's referenced his wife. He was like, "Nope, he's got a husband." And I was like, "Oh, no way."
He
Like,
didn't want you to think that he.
I don't know. He didn't correct me, and
Who's the asshole now? The millennial. Huh.
That's
yeah,
bizarre.
I should have said partner, I suppose. But at the same time, when you put your foot in your mouth, you kind of have an indication that you've done so. An indication, like you kind of
Yes.
know you're like,
Yep.
shit, and you like feel bad instantly.
Yeah.
I didn't have that go on because I was like, I'm pretty sure he's mentioned or referenced like
Right.
he and his wife
Oh,
have
it's
had this
probably like
struggle of
Jody.
like parenting.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it wasn't even a name thing.
Jody Shelley. Shout out. I don't know why that guy came to my head there.
Yeah, why did that come to your head?
Great Moosehead.
Unbelievable.
Okay. I
So
do.
anyway, yeah, I put my foot in my mouth with the spa boys, my sauna boys.
Sauna
The
boys.
Spa Boys.
Spa boys. Sauna
That's
boys.
such a Seinfeld moment.
Oh, I have like those daily.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
awesome.
I do too.
I actually want to I'd love
I think
to be on a
my
fly on the wall
my
for
life
your
is
day.
like my life is Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm sure of it.
Ooh, Sarah, put the music in right now. Just for a little bit though, because
Nice.
copyright.
For a second, she was like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?"
There's
I
another
looked at
Sarah.
Sarah
in
all
the room.
concerned. I was
I'm
like,
so
"Do you know
sorry.
what you're supposed to do? Do it right now. We're live here. Like, fucking do it."
That's so funny. Oh my god. Okay, so I do have a question. So you guys are a team. You host a podcast together and you're friends. What are the challenges and maybe like the pros and cons with like working with a friend on a creative project? Like, do you ever
Can I
fight?
start with this one?
Yeah, you can start this one.
I think what's so great about Ben and I is that we know what will piss each other off.
You know the buttons that you shouldn't push.
So when either of us know that we need to get something done, we're not going to push each other's buttons because we know what's going to fucking turn each other into a time bomb.
I like that.
Sometimes if we got a bit of time to fuck around, then, we'll throw a little shenanigans.
Because that's how many years of friendship? How many years of friendship? Thereabouts?
What are we on now? Six?
Yeah, so that's a good amount of time to like know each other. And
I would say the biggest thing for us in terms of our success was the calendar. Once we
Google Cal?
Yeah, once we understood each other's schedules and like could like better plan for like episodes or like edit time. So what he was speaking about now or alluding to now, like on a Monday, for instance, if he's doing edit work, I don't bother him at all. I'll just shoot him a note at like noon being like, good luck with it.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. And then Tuesday, like obviously after the episode, I know he's not going to get up till like 10 or 11. So I'll shoot him a note then. And I'm just like, hey, now we can chat about everything that was on my mind. And then I'll dump it on him. But I know that there are certain times he doesn't like a lot of information thrown at him. There's other times where it's like, just go for it. So we kind of read and react well.
Yeah.
We work well together.
Oh,
we
that's
really
good.
do. And we're very open. So we had one blow up and it needed to happen.
Ooh. Can we talk about the blow up?
I can't even remember. What happened?
It was that night where I was like, no, you got to take me serious. And then you like ripped for your phone. I was like, fucking put your phone down, listen to me. We got to talk about this. And then we just had like a 2-second conversation of how we needed to respect each other's time. Again, back to that calendar thing.
The scheduling thing is
I'm a tardy person.
Oh, really?
We're complete opposites,
Tardy?
but we
Late?
get along so well.
Me too.
It's because I want to just stay
I'm 10 minutes
doing
early
what I
every
was
time.
doing until the last minute.
No,
I've ever been late in my
I'm
life.
never more than 15
What
minutes
are these
late.
little things?
Oh, they're vodka. You want
Never
vodka?
more, never less?
Vodka soda lime?
Is there no beer left, Sarah?
I only got a 6-pack.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
you, sorry.
these?
I thought. Is there more beer left, Sarah? What the fuck?
Two Sarahs. Two Sarahs on the go.
Oh, sorry. No, I was yelling at the other Sarah.
Sarah, how many of those ginger beers did you bring? Don't apologize.
There
It's
is
okay.
vodka, though. Actually.
Fired.
You're driving.
Yeah. Who's driving?
Sarah.
Oh, okay, good.
I'll
And
drive.
she said one.
That's one aspect of the show that I'm always like. I always need to make sure my
There's
guests
no
get
car
home
here,
safe.
folks. I don't know what anyone's talking about. Bleep that all.
Well, I mean, fucking, it's good to have drives places.
I'm not driving.
I'm not driving. Sarah's driving.
Cabs are ridiculous here.
We need Uber.
Oh my god, do
Yeah,
we?
for
Like,
fuck's
do we
sake.
ever? Holy shit.
Like, I get, it's complicated. You put people out of work. People don't, have livelihoods. But
Isn't
like,
that life?
it's a fucking broken system. Like,
Yeah,
let's
fuck
get
it.
with it.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
People are getting touched.
We have Uber Eats, but not Uber.
Yeah.
That's
You're damn
wild.
right we have Uber Eats.
Do you
Have
use
you
it a
used
lot?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Wait, is that like...
The $4 or $5 delivery fee kind of off puts me sometimes. I won't lie.
It's
I won't
all
lie.
worth it.
I live
I'm cheap.
downtown.
If
I'm
you come
cheap.
right into my house, I'll pay you $10 just to leave.
If you're a chick getting a pizza delivery, sometimes they'll come in without you asking.
Hey yo.
No, not in a good way.
Oh.
Did
Hey,
you...
now.
In a creepy way.
Oh my... Uber Eats was free the first month. Did you use it then?
Yes.
Every day.
Yeah. And
What's the weirdest thing you've ever got ordered? What's the weirdest thing you've ever ordered?
I ordered
Todd
sushi from it.
That's not weird.
That's not weird, but
I
it's...
can't eat
you ever
sushi
order
any
IHOP
other
from
place
me?
than a sushi restaurant. Like Superstore Sushi, no thanks.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, no. No Superstore sushi.
I'll fuck with any type of sushi, really.
You're a big sushi lover?
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. It's not bad.
I get
Okay.
from the McDonald's a lot
Pretty
because
good.
it's close and it's only $3 delivery.
Uber Eats, McDonald's.
Yeah, see, I don't go over that $2.99 delivery.
That's around.
Like, I'm not paying
I agree.
$6.
That's a
delivery.
move.
That's fucked.
Yeah,
That's a
it's-
move.
It can be worth it sometimes, I guess.
I've never gotten
Not
it
all
in
the
this city.
time.
If you're
No?
flush with cash,
Hmm.
yeah.
Skip the dishes, I find I like to.
Oh, we just got to skip the dishes at Auction House, and it's the worst.
Oh, well, that's what I always think about is like how the actual
restaurants.
restaurants feel about it.
Some guy comes in with a skip the dishes bag and haggles us until he gets that fucking food. That's skip the dishes.
Yikes.
Every time.
Okay.
I need my food.
I
We
will
have a
say
whole
this.
fucking
I
busy
will say this.
restaurant.
Have you
Fuck
seen
off.
Have you seen the Uber Eats commercials lately?
No.
That one
Skip
guy?
the dishes with John Hamm.
No. There's this one guy that's doing the Uber Eats ones, and they're hilarious. If you
Oh, like the hockey one, or it was the one where he was like,
no, he walks into like the referee's office
the
for
basketballs,
basketballs, and he's
basketball.
like, you guys called Uber Eats? That's the best call you made all night.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then like the referees look at him and they're like super still and quiet, and he's like, I'm just joking. And then he gets back into the car and he's driving away, and the commercial's ending. He's like, for the record, I wasn't joking. They suck at rapping.
Oh, wow.
Wait, he
It's
says that
cheeky.
at the end?
That's funny.
Oh, I didn't know that he does that.
Yeah, for the record.
Yeah, refs suck.
Yeah, refs suck.
Do you
Shout
guys
out refs
do you guys
sucking.
cook or?
I can.
But you don't.
I steer towards not cooking, unfortunately. Someday, I envision myself in like a nice big Italian kitchen and kneading dough and homemade tomato sauce.
Yeah, you would be good if you applied yourself at it.
Story of my life, right there.
Deep cuts.
That's not a deep cut. That's
The first kind of.
I cook 90% of the time, but then the other 10%, I'm pretty good at like heating up a meal.
I thought you were gonna say eating ass.
No, I'm good at that too. No.
Well, this podcast just got ramped up.
It's 9 o'clock, folks.
It's weird and shocking to me how often ass eating comes up on the show without me prompting it.
It's a hot
Without
topic.
me prompting it. I don't prompt, and it just comes
Figuratively
up.
and
And
literally.
it's something I'm always thinking about, yet other people just bring it up.
Because
fascinating.
Everyone's curious,
It's the season.
or they're already doing it.
I've never done anything with butt, so
I've
I have
eaten
no
ass.
idea.
Have you eaten ass, Ben?
Don't ask me that.
Oh, well, that's a yes, folks.
That's not a no.
You're right.
That's not a no. Well, here's the thing. Would you rather eat an ass?
Do you ever tongue punch a fart box?
Poked an ass?
Would you rather eat one or have yours eaten?
Oh, well.
Good
I think
question.
most people
Definitely
would
the
rather.
latter.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
See, the
You'd
problem
rather
with
have
an
your
asshole
eaten?
I've never had anything.
is that mine stinks. And there's nothing that I can do about it.
You're
There's
definitely
hair
not gonna-
down there.
You're definitely not going to have your asshole eaten now.
Sorry, guys. Everyone
Really putting it on a silver
everyone
platter.
listening
aren't
to
you?
Intoxicated that was lining up to eat my ass has left the building.
It's a rule with Intoxicated that near the end is when the real juice comes out.
It's like,
Oh!
yeah.
I need to bring
You
it
had
back.
to pick those words together. The real juice comes out.
Okay, so I used to do this thing where at the end or nearing the end of the episode, I would pick a hashtag
Hashtag real juice.
so that if someone listened to the whole episode and they got through it, they could comment with the hashtag
Yeah.
to show that they listened to the whole episode.
Hashtag ass eater.
Yeah. Or what was the juice thing that I said?
Real juice.
Real juice. Okay, that
That's
should
when
be the
real juice
hashtag.
comes out.
Butt stuff.
Hashtag
Butt
real
stuff.
juice. Hashtag butt stuff.
So
Comment on
entertaining.
the episode
Kiss her
with
where
those
she poops.
hashtags.
I kind of a butt, the innards of a
Mm.
butt is similar to me like
The innards of a butt. Really?
like a balloon that's not blown up yet.
Yeah.
Like a vagina, like if you push in, like it kind of stays there. But like the balloon, you've got to work with it, but then it comes back to the same.
I don't like what
size.
you're doing with
Yeah.
your
And
hands
You got to
while you're
like
explaining this.
push it hard.
very
Like, you know what
More
I mean?
elastic.
It's like a little bit more elastic because it comes back.
Well, I mean, a vagina can push a baby out, so that's pretty elastic too.
But I mean, like it's like it.
Yeah, but a butthole
The
can push
elasticity
poop out.
comes. The elasticity comes later.
What?
Like after the sex,
A
it's like
vagina
all
can
right,
push a
we're
baby
gonna
out. Yeah, like once a
head back in.
lifetime. You shit like every day.
That's true. That's you're not
Some people
wrong.
shit every day.
I'm not equating birth.
You
taking a
seemed
shit.
upset.
No, I
like
shit
kind
like
of
3
jealous.
times a day. So I want to make sure those people who
Are
don't
you a
shit every
scheduled
day-
shitter?
Am I?
Ooh, that's a good
I
question.
Wish. No, my dad is.
I wish. Have you been training?
No, I just am waiting for me to just poop at the same time every day. Isn't that how it works?
That's how a lot of people do it. A lot of people
I'm just
have.
waiting. Oh, that killed me. Took me a minute to get into this, but I am here.
He's here, folks.
That was funny. I'm still waiting.
Oh my gosh.
It's like clockwork for my dad every fucking morning.
I know for a lot of people though, like a lot of people like have a certain time, and the same with
I don't know
chicks.
how it
Okay,
works.
so question for other Sarah in the room: is your period a regular one? Like, does it come at a certain time? Like, do you know exactly when?
It typically is.
Yeah.
But sometimes if it's a little late, it will be severely late.
Yeah, same. There's some chicks though
That's
that their
scary
periods
shit.
come and they just know exactly when and exactly the time and the day of the week, and I'm just like, that's not me.
The funniest
That's
thing is
never been
working at
me.
a restaurant in the summer and all the girls line up.
Oh, you mean they sync
on
up?
their period.
They
sync up, not line
Yeah.
up for me.
Yeah, they
That's
must not be on the
what I
pill.
meant.
They must not be on the pill.
Choose your words here, dog.
Yeah, if you're on
how
the
it
pill,
works?
if you're not on the pill, that you can sync. But I think if you are, you're less likely to sync. I think because your hormones are being regulated.
Right.
Yeah, so you're not going to be as affected.
What's the science behind that syncing?
I don't really know. I have a very mysterious set of ovaries, so I don't even try to understand it because they're all over the place. I haven't had a period in 2 months, and I don't know why. Not pregnant.
Shit happens.
Not pregnant, but just haven't gotten one. And I'm like, this is it. This is menopause. It's come early.
It's settling in.
It's come early.
Like, I want to take a picture of like an empty egg carton and just say my ovaries. like I just don't.
That's
I just
100
don't
likes
know.
easy.
And I'm on the pill, so I don't. Maybe it's the antibiotics. I don't know. It could
That's
be it.
probably it, actually.
That could be it. Yeah. I'm not complaining. It's just like one of those things where you're a girl and you're like waiting for the period to come.
Right.
And then it never
You
comes.
get a little antsy, eh?
Yeah. And then you don't always go out and try to fuck because you're like, I'm going to get my period. And then you don't get the period and you're like, I could have been trying to fuck.
That was
really
for
annoying.
an off-camera Sarah.
Yeah, sorry. We're having a girl talk moment here.
Hey,
The
Ben, you
show.
still back?
You lost me.
I'm gone.
See ya.
All this talk
When
about
we started
ass.
equating ovaries to an empty egg carton, now I'm gone.
Well, we talked about ass eating, so I need to ask about period sex and what you guys think of that.
Into it. Not
Into
like
it.
like I'm not like.
That was quick.
Well, I'll do it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Right.
same.
Right. You'll
Done
do
it, we'll do
You-
it.
It's not.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be like, yay.
No, there's no
But-
hesitation.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Good for you. Good for you. What about you?
like-
Same.
Yeah.
Same?
I mean,
Good.
like, we all
Good.
had blood going on with our first few bouts of sex, so, like, whatever.
Wait. What?
Yeah. What?
I mean, if you had sex...
I just wanted
if
to
you
say
lost
what to
your
put you on the
virginity-
spot.
I did
If
not
you lost your
bleed.
I lost my virginity to someone else who lost their virginity.
And there was-
there's blood.
Was there a lot?
Like a fair amount.
Oh. See, I
Not
didn't.
not like gushing, just like, there, evident.
I did not bleed, but I got warmed up a lot before.
That was perfectly worded.
Yeah.
Because so many things just went through my mind.
Really? Take us there. I want to be inside that little
like-
bleeding mind of yours.
Did someone actually just start rubbing down there?
No, I mean
Are you letting that DJ record spin?
like-
What are you doing over
like-
there, Diplo?
Okay, so the boyfriend that I was with wasn't a virgin, but he was like, I'll just finger you a lot. I'll finger you a lot beforehand, so you'll get used to it. And so
AKA warming you up.
yeah, it was a warm
What a
up.
pro.
So
What
I
a
feel
guy.
like that probably broke the hymen and not the actual dick. But anyway.
And that's how Sarah lost her virginity.
At a host party. Do you guys remember that? Losing virginity?
We weren't at the host party, Sarah. What the fuck?
You weren't there?
That's actually what I thought you were doing. You don't remember that? No. I can't say I was there. I'm trying to think hard, but
It was during a host party for me.
It was on the street I was born on.
I was underage at a bar.
I was pretty psyched about that coincidence.
You lost it at a bar?
Not at a bar. But I
But you
met
met-
her at a bar.
Oh, okay. How old?
Underage. I was 18.
18. Okay.
When I lost my virginity.
Underage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 19.
I was
drinking
17.
age.
You lost your
You were
virginity at
13?
17.
Oh,
Yeah,
17.
man. I was waiting until marriage. I was a good boy. No, I
17?
hated the girls
Yeah,
I went to high
17.
school with.
Fair. My first boyfriend was a college guy, so.
Yeah, she was older.
Yeah.
It was a
Good.
great time.
Good. Oh, good. Well, I mean, I don't think
Real
it's
easy
as,
way to break it in.
I don't
Shut up,
think it's
Cam.
as bad for you guys as
No,
it
it
is
wasn't.
for us.
It wasn't?
So.
No.
Who was it?
I'm not going to say her name. Shut up.
I can
Sarah
bleep.
can bleep it.
I can bleep. I can put the bleep over your.
I'm
Don't
not gonna
bleep
say her
any
name
of
because I
the
don't
words that we
remember.
told
No,
you
you're
to
joking. It was an interesting night. We went to a place called The Dirty, the VU, Velvet Underground.
Oh.
I can remember we went back to an apartment with a good buddy of mine. He said there was a little bit of an after party and it ended up being just like 4 of us, so worked out pretty good.
Play some porn music.
Sarah, let's go. Hit porn.
Sarah, hit it.
Play porn.
Cue the porn.
Cue the porn.
Cue the rough stuff.
Hashtag cue the porn.
Oh man, losing virginity.
Jeez. Losing virginity. Good times. And everyone, well, not everyone goes through it, but most of us do.
Those were the days. Those innocent days.
Shit. Those early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Yes.
Mid 2000s. Early 2000s.
For me, it was 2000.
Late 90s.
Five.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I was
2005 is
2007.
when I lost it.
Me too.
2007.
No, 2006.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You guys are a bit younger than me, so.
Only slightly.
I was in no rush.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Antigonish.
Antigua nowhere.
Antigua nowhere.
Okay, so
I just
you
love
went to
saying that
J.H.
anytime
Gillis.
anyone says
J.H. Gillis Regional High School.
Did you go to X?
Shit.
I went to X for 1
Oh,
year.
And then you went and graduated from
Yeah.
So you had Red Death?
What's that?
The drink at homecoming?
I've only ever heard of this. I
or
wasn't.
Purple Jesus?
I was not a huge partier
many
back
colors?
in those days.
No.
No, Judge's daughter. Very like
Judge's daughter.
very like boring,
What a way
strict.
to describe yourself.
No, literally, my dad's a judge.
Like not a saying. Actual judge's daughter.
Yeah, Supreme Court.
Supreme bitch?
Yeah.
Talking to
Retired.
the mic.
Retired now,
You bitch.
but
Wait, what's his name? My dad probably knows him. He's a lawyer.
probably. I'll tell you when we're done. But,
Off camera. Fuckers.
But yeah, no, I did not party too much in my first year at university.
You're just letting us party
I
tonight,
was
too.
kind of a
You're
little-
still in your first drink. and
Antibiotics, Ben.
We're just keeping
Antibiotics.
You're on antibiotics
Loaded
every
right now.
episode.
No, only for the next 2 months.
Ooh. Wait, is there a pun we can do with antibiotics with
Well,
intoxicated?
the antibiotics are for my skin, but they're also the same antibiotics used to treat chlamydia. So what I'm wondering is like if I go out and bang without a condom, am I safe?
You're good. You're covered.
I'm hoping.
You got the chlamydia
not
condom
risking it.
going right now.
I mean, I would never do that.
CC.
Who would do that?
Who would do that, Ben?
I'm not going to comment.
I'm just wondering if like you're already on them.
you
Does that
talking
protect you from it?
I think so. And can you just stay on them and just go nuts?
I don't know.
Like forever? Just like sexcapades?
I have a lot of
I
questions
can't
about
get
it.
them. I can't get STDs.
Holy
You
fuck.
can't?
I don't know.
When was the last time you got checked?
No, you're gonna get me in trouble. Never.
How long you been with the girl?
Never?
Two and a half years.
2.5 years. Yeah, that's a long
Never.
time.
Well, what happens is I'm like, the girl just gets checked.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, if you're not fucking around,
because
that's
I'm
fair.
not a whore.
That's fair. Yeah, we got to get PAPs, so we get them done. 2 in 1. What's the word?
2 for 1.
2 for 1. Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone.
2 birds, 1.
Get 2 birds stoned at once.
2 birds stoned at once.
2 birds stoned at once. Well, guys, holy shit, this has been we should probably start wrapping her. We're at an hour
I'm
44.
sad. It's been amazing. Has
It's
it been an
so-
hour and 44?
Well, the
No,
thing
an hour
is
and
like
14.
now that
Oh,
you've
14.
done it, you can come back on.
It's 9:14. We were on at 7.
Yeah, we're at about an hour 45 right now. Isn't that crazy how fast time goes
Amazing.
by?
Hey, now we're on the other side
Yeah,
of
we're
this.
on the
Right?
other side.
Isn't it? It's very
I
like
love it.
I do.
It really truly goes by really fast.
I'm super curious how we got into the ass discussion anyway.
You'll have to listen to the episode
I don't do that.
or watch it.
I've already lived it once.
Would you watch it?
I would watch it, yeah. It'd be fun.
Yeah, hi.
I'll watch it with my friends.
Nope.
Hey, Mom.
Can you tell everybody how to find the podcast and where to follow you guys?
Oh, that's Mark
Yes.
for sure.
We can.
No, make Ben do it.
Oh.
I'm actually
Yeah.
curious.
Ben, do you know where you can find
I'm
us?
curious.
I'm
Yeah.
the studio.
I'm the
At
studio.
my
Studio.
studio.
Yeah. No,
At me.
You can find us on iTunes or SoundCloud.
No, can't find us on SoundCloud.
You told me SoundCloud at one point.
Spotify. We were on SoundCloud, but they
So
make
we
you
were
pay for
on
that.
SoundCloud?
Yeah,
They make you pay for that
Were
shit.
we
Yeah,
on
they do.
SoundCloud?
You might have
We were
been
briefly.
used to
Well,
be.
There
our
you
first
go.
2 were, and then they said we're out of room, and I said
That's what
fuck you.
happened to me.
That's when I stopped paying attention.
Yes.
So.
Shit.
That's why
Why
you're.
don't you
That's why you're
talk?
falling out of line.
No.
SoundCloud. See ya.
16 bucks
See
a
ya
month?
never.
Fuck that.
Where can they find us, Mark? Go ahead.
Well, if you want to find our podcast, you can find it on iTunes, as Ben said, Spotify, our website, www.brandnewviewpodcast.com.
Which is excellent. You got some bios on there and everything.
Yeah, you can learn about us and what we're up to. Actually, no, we don't put what we're up to.
We tell
Maybe
you what we're up
eventually.
to.
And it's fucking, and listen to it, guys, because it's really, really fucking good.
Yeah,
I
check it
loved
out.
I loved the interview with Joel Muse because
Shout out Joel.
I know Joel from
Joel's a beauty.
work.
Okay.
I helped him with
the
well,
launch
I didn't
stuff.
personally help him with Tranquility Online, but he came to like. Ooh, I almost said where I work. Wow. I know him professionally. Let's just say
Yes,
that.
yeah, yeah.
He's a great guy, and it was really cool to see him on there. So.
It was really cool. And now we just released episode 23, and we've met so many incredible people that we had no idea existed, including yourself.
Freaking killing it.
We wouldn't be here without the podcast.
Thank you so much for coming on, because like I just kind of posted.
This has been a lot of fun.
It's been awesome.
And I just posted an Instagram story being like, "Who wants to come on?" And like you guys reached out, and I was like, "Yes," because I wanted to reach out anyway, but I was too chicken.
Oh,
So,
why?
Well, I don't know.
We're not intimidating.
Well, sometimes you're like, especially with this type of show, you want to make sure that people can do this kind of thing.
You got to be open.
Yeah.
We're coherent.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
can chat.
But no, it's fucking great. This was fucking lovely. Thank you guys.
Thank you
so
for
much
having
for
us.
coming on. Check out Brand New View. Subscribe to them. Rate and review.
Check us out on Instagram too, I guess. We're on
Instagram's
Twitter.
great. Yeah.
At Brand New View Podcast.
You guys use Twitter a lot? Because I fucking don't. I feel like it's a dying.
My social media
we
presence is no.
Just check us out on Instagram. Don't worry about
nothing.
Twitter.
Give them a follow. And gentlemen,
Don't follow me.
because you're the guests of the show,
Stay away from me.
we end the show with a bell ring.
Bing, 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 bing.
So you guys have to tag team the bell. Ring that bell. There you go. It's
beautiful.
Oh, you did it together.
I'm very sad that this is ending.
Yeah, no.
Aw, well, you guys,
We're definitely coming back.
you'll come back on for our live stream and maybe another
I wanted
episode.
more juice.
Oh, don't worry.
The juice is loose.
Ask me a question.
End the episode there.